Following is a presentation of the Magnitude Sports Network.
Play on, and Anderson is going to launch for three. It's good!
Payoff pitch, swing and a miss. It's a drop third strike. All he has to do is throw him out, and the West Fargo Patriots are your 2022 state champions.
Now it's game time. Let's head up to the broadcast booth for the pregame show right now on Magnitude Sports.
Good evening and welcome to the Hive. This is Lance Rock alongside Ryan Bowman tonight, bringing you some wrestling action. Section 8 AA rivals and just rivals up and down the road here is the Detroit Lakes Lakers are in, and we're in an early Gene Sports Shop pregame matches. We're gonna bring you the JV matches tonight. Couple of reasons. It's nice to get this going, and it's kind of throwing old school as it's just a duel tonight, where most have been a triangular or a quadrangular or that sort of nature. We're just in a good old-fashioned duel where it's only the Yellow Jackets and the Lakers. And Ryan, you kind of know from other sports that those rivalries, and you're from your hometown of Morris. I'm sure you had your rivalries growing up as well.
I did, yeah. We our rivals were also the Lakers back home, and every time we got together on the gridiron and the basketball court, it was always fun to watch.
Right, and that's what brings the intrigue, and what added to such a excitement to tonight is we had the young kids, the pre-K through 6 were here doing a jamboree where there were no awards, no medals. They simply matched up in the bleachers, and they wrestled until they didn't want to wrestle anymore. And there were kids everywhere. And what a great thing for the sport of wrestling, and a nice job by both coaching staffs to organize that and to keep everybody in check. And so right now we're kind of in between. You can kind of see a little bit of scuttlebutt on our camera as people are making their way back. We're bringing in chairs. We're getting things all set up for the Lakers JV. We got 14 bouts. 13 or 14 bouts tonight, and I'll do my best to get you names and do them correctly as we get going. But it's an exciting night and our first chance to cover the Yellow Jackets live, and we'll certainly do a lot more about the varsity wrestlers coming up here. But I think we need to do due diligence tonight and give these JV wrestlers their due as well. So we'll work out some kinks up here, and we're going to work together as this is our first time together, Ryan, you and I live on this, so we're going to do our best to bring you action, and we're trying to get all of the things happening, and bleachers are coming out now, and so we can really set the stage for tonight's Section 8 AA wrestling. And so don't panic. It's not the varsity. We'll stay on the same stream, but we're going to start with the JV wrestlers coming up here in a few minutes. So we're going to, on the Gene Sports Shop pre-game show, we're going to step away for a few messages, and we'll be right back on the Magnitude Sports Network.
Say hello to Taylor Doll at the Backyard. Taylor keeps the store filled with your pet's favorite pet food, pet treats, and pet toys. Hard to find items like retractable dog leashes and pet supplements. The Backyard also carries everything you need for your livestock and poultry operations. Are you a bird watcher? The Backyard has one of the best selections of bird seed, suets, and feeders in the area. And finally, don't forget to book a spa day for your dog with one of our professional dog groomers. 218-346-7487.
Soda Lake Properties is a property management company that offers a wide range of local services year-round. Yard care and landscaping services in the spring and summer, and snow removal and watercraft solutions in the winter. They also offer interior design services that will make your home or office look refreshed and inviting. Not to mention soda cleaning services for residential and commercial buildings, along with construction sites. To learn more about all these services and the revolutionary zero-res carpet cleaning, visit the website today. Just type in SodaLakesProperties.com.
something with your hair?
I didn't know what a derecho was. Didn't know that kind of storm existed. I didn't worry a bit about my coverage. It did not let me down. I was not caught blindsided. The secret is to have an agent that gets you insured for your needs. If you don't have Farm Bureau, you don't have good insurance.
Contact Farm Bureau agent Michelle Beck in Perham at 218-345-4010.
Reuter Family Dentistry, with locations in Perham and Wadena, is now hiring. The purpose-driven team at Reuter Family Dentistry strives for the core values of excellence, commitment, and a positive culture.
My favorite thing about being part of Reuter Family Dentistry is just our values and our commitment to each other and to the patients. I know I can leave here every day feeling good about what I've done.
What sets the world's leading hospitals apart from the rest? It's their continued ability to deliver the highest quality patient care. Perham Health is honored to be a top 10 Minnesota hospital. Patients experience it, and Newsweek has recognized it. Even during the unpredictability of the pandemic, the nurses, doctors, and many others at Perham Health put their best foot forward. Thank you to everyone at Perham Health for continuing to provide the best patient care.
Located in Lakes Country of Minnesota, you can find 7 unique Find Your Goose destinations to enjoy. It's about recognizing the moments of happiness on your journey of life. The places you go and the people you meet become your community. Here at Find Your Goose, community is our priority. Find Your Goose businesses are guaranteed to have a friendly staff, high-quality products, and a commitment to giving back to the community. 7 unique locations. A million reasons to visit. Come find your goose. There's something for everyone.
Welcome to Gene Sports Shop, located right on Main Street in Perham, Minnesota. We are your Lakes Area Archery headquarters. We are an authorized dealer for Matthews, Hoyt, Bowtech, Elite, Bear, and PSC bows, as well as a full line of crossbows. Our friendly, skilled bow technicians will go the extra mile with great customer service to ensure your bow and gear are ready for the woods this fall. Whatever your archery needs are, trust Gene Sports Shop this fall.
Hey, welcome back to the Hive, and again, thank you to Gene Sports Shop for being the pre-game show, and we'll hit them up again in between matches. And some interesting things that you might pick up on your TV screen as you're going there. Couch just got delivered and along the side of the mat, and one of the fundraisers for the Yellow Jackets and the gymnastics team was a kind of a night out on the town, and they had some live auction and some silent auction things, and some of the silent auction was to bid to have seats right by the mat. And so I was expecting chairs. I wasn't expecting a couch. So somebody's going to get a real nice look at tonight's action, being really close as we're about ready to start up with our JV event for tonight. So again, don't think you're late. The varsity will follow. It's parents' night, so we'll have some time in between. But we wanted to bring you the JV matches live tonight. Definitely thanking our sponsors for bringing this along. And again, can't say enough for both coaching staffs, as we got weigh-in sheets and we're got lineups. And as much as we can, we'll try to keep you on the mat of what's going on as we get going. So again, we won't hit the varsity until it's closer to the varsity time. But again, thank you to a lot of these sponsors as you watch their commercials, and certainly patronize them for what they have brought to get these events going. But Ryan, I just think it's important tonight. We're bringing the JV I think we've all been in those situations where we're not on the varsity mat, and these guys are really important and crucial to building a program because they're there every night giving everything they've got.
That's right, and oftentimes your JV guys are the ones in the practice facility going against your varsity guys to make them better, and oftentimes they don't get the credit they deserve, so it's awesome that we're able to bring that here tonight and they can go back and watch themselves wrestle. Exactly,
and it's one of those things that those of you who have wrestled know this isn't a really high reward sport. It's a sport where you're really getting after it, and every night is really hard. So our first match coming up tonight will be for the Yellow Jackets will be Micah Balderson, and he will be taking on Carter Maston. And I'm hoping I get all these names right. We didn't have time for clarification, but Balderson for the Yellow Jackets, Maston for the Lakers, and looks like they're pretty equally matched in size of Balderson with a really nice shot into the single, but Maston just really did a nice job of fighting that off. Balderson got in there and really started and just reshoots right in there. And again, they're kind of in the same boat that they were in, but nice job that time of Balderson just to turn his hips. 2-0 for Balderson, and we'll try to keep track as much as we can. Minute 27 going. We won't worry about the clock here. We've got enough things in motion right now for us. But Balderson with a nice hard ride, trying to dig that wrist out and doing a really nice job, staying close on the hips. But here's Maston, and that's all it takes is that one little separation, and all of a sudden here we're out and we have a 2-1 score on that escape.
Yeah, and it's really cool to see this. I haven't personally seen many wrestling matches in my life. I wrestled 1 year in 6th grade, and that's been some time from since now. So it's really cool to see how these guys work hard, and it's really impressive some of the moves they can make.
You've got me there. I've never wrestled in Balderson was in on a nice single shot again, and there's that dreaded equalizer of the headlock. Gets wrapped around, and a long time to sit here, but not in a super good position in a pinning hold. Kind of how he's holding his head up with his legs of Maston. So I think you kind of want to get worked out to the front just a little bit more and turn your hips and able to get those shoulders down. So let's see if Balderson can withstand this 20 minutes. 20 seconds, not 20 minutes. Balderson looked really good there, and again, nice job by Balderson as he reverses there, and it's 6-4 in favor of Maston going into the second period as we have about 3 seconds remaining. So again, making the best of a bad situation there is Balderson, and now he's still within shooting range of what he's going to do. So we have Detroit Lakes. Maston is going to go down here. Balderson in the cover position. And a quick escape and a nice job right up to your feet and adding to that lead, making it 7-4 into the second period. But just like he has proven before, just right in on that shot is Balderson, and he gets that single leg, and again, Maston has a nice job, and he looks for that headlock again, but this time Balderson said, "You fool me once, but not twice," and he sneaks his head out the backside, and nice job by Balderson, just kind of letting Maston take his own weight out and getting the takedown. So 7-6, 1:20 left in this match, and a nice match to start the JV portion, and a really nice crowd here tonight at the Hive. Escape there by Maston. 8-6 in favor of the Detroit Lakes Laker wrestler. When we first started, I thought they looked pretty evenly matched, and it's certainly spelling out that way. Two really nice wrestlers. In JV matches, you wonder how many times they've gone 3 full periods. it may be a key again as there's another nice shot. Nice low shot there by Balderson. And Balderson gets the takedown to tie it up with 30 seconds left to go in this second period. So let's see, Balderson would certainly like a ride out here, and hopefully that that can happen and we go tied up and even Steven into the third. Ten seconds remaining on the clock, and a nice kind of hip ride there by Balderson, kind of working his stuff, trying some pulling some butcher, trying to get a cradle, but just enough to waste out the rest of the period. So we go to period number 3, tied 8-8. Balderson in the down position, so a chance definitely to get out. And here we got a standing cradle, maybe. We got back points coming, and not. Balderson resettles, and then, boy, this is rolling through left and right, and we got stuff going all over the place, and I don't think the points got awarded yet, but there's the fall, so it won't matter when the points went, and it just was that headlock again. So nice effort by Balderson, win by Maston. We're going to take a break and be right back after these messages.
How has United Community Bank helped Snacks Plus grow throughout these years?
United Community has been, we came to Perham in 2004, and the way we got connected with United Community is the family that we bought the business from at that time, they banked here. So we obviously needed a partner in that part of it, and they've been great. I mean, every step of the way. Every time we have needed a partner and needed help with doing a project, which has been many, they've been right there.
Welcome back to the Hive, and we're on JV matches yet, and we're on our second match. Braden Larson for the Yellow Jackets. Max Erickson is on for the Lakers, I believe, and hopefully I get those names right. We're trying our best to get you the names, as there a nice shot there by Larson, and he gets the early takedown. So nice job by Larson, up 2-0, minute 20 on the clock. A good stand up there by the Lakers wrestler, and again, we want to thank our sponsors tonight. That just a fabulous job of bringing you this event, and we're excited to be here bringing it to you, and a nice job here by Larson. And then we have a clasp, a technical violation, maybe, yep, clasp on that one. No clasp means no arm in, and you're just wrapped around and you clasp your hands together in an event to not let your opponent out, and it's a technical violation. 1 point for the Lakers, and Max Erickson gets one, and then he also gets to go back down and try to get the escape point. So those penalty points can, like in any sport, can be dangerous, as it gets your opponent a chance to step right up and tie the score again. 40 seconds remaining on the clock. Nice ride out here by Larson. He's got heavy pressure on the shoulders, which I like to see, and if you're a Yellow Jackets coaching staff, you got to like to see that too, as he's putting pressure forward, working and stuff, kind of swooping side by side. And as we speak about that coaching staff, the Jackets this year are led by head coach David Vetch, assisted by Kyle Trout, Kevin Felt, Aaron Lawrence, and Ty Haverland. And they've done an outstanding job with this young group of wrestlers. And the Lakers are under a new helm this year, as longtime head coach Rob Elliott stepped down. We'll talk about that more as we get into the varsity match. But Taylor Nine steps in, former NDSU wrestler guy, but Rob Elliott didn't go too far away, as he is still an assistant coach, and they have a plethora of assistant coaches: Nathan Weber, Brent Eidenshake, Justin Horn, Ryan Ortiz, Casey Bernston, Charles Barnett, Al Foltz, and Mike Fiedler. A lot of common names to the sport of wrestling, and for those of you that have been wrestling, you probably recognized a lot of those names as they have come through the Detroit Lakes wrestling room. So 3-1 in favor of the Yellow Jackets right here. Brandon Larson up on Max Erickson. 3-1, minute 20 to go in this round. Another takedown. Nice job by the young Yellow Jacket wrestler, and a lot of good things to see here as we're watching the Yellow Jackets. Now we're getting some back points, and this one's pretty tight. And it's kind of one of those things. The more you wiggle, the tighter it seems to get in there, and there's the fall, and a nice job by the Yellow Jacket wrestler there. And Brandon Larson with the win, and we'll be back after 30 seconds.
Budget Blinds, based in Detroit Lakes, serving Perham, Fergus Falls, and Park Rapids, is celebrating its 30th anniversary. Whether you need blinds, shades, shutters, drapes, check out the entire inventory online, budgetblinds.com. Also, schedule a consultation on the website. Have more questions? Give them a call, 218-206-9599. Budget Blinds is backed by the #1 provider for custom window coverings in North America and is your local window coverings expert. Visit online, budgetblinds.com.
Welcome back to the Hive and JV wrestling happening and taking place right now. We have Carson Zaisy on the mat for the Yellow Jackets. He is competing against Everett Northrup from the Lakers, and both kids that I believe have had some time at the varsity level, which a lot of these kids did. It's kind of a grueling sport and a long sport, and a lot of times that you have to fill in and make sure that that lineup is full. So really good matchup here, 0-0. Both guys had a chance to score. Zaisy in good position, but kind of reverse headlock here, and Zaisy doing a nice job. And again, these two are scrambling really nice. Zaisy for the Yellow Jackets, Northrup for the Lakers. 0-0, 57 seconds on the clock. And really nice young matchup by two good young wrestlers here for the Yellow Jackets and the Lakers. Tight. Looks like Northrup's trying to get a little throw in here, but every time he does, Zaisy kind of counter pressures him, and Zaisy probably wants to get his arms loose here, and as he tries, again, just like we talked about in the previous match, here's a little throw. Looks like they're both going to go off the mat, and they do. 18 seconds remaining. Coach Felt giving a little instructions to Zaisy there. And 0-0 yet is our score, and it isn't because of a lack of action. Zaisy in on a single low, countered nicely, grabbing that ankle. Short time here, so Zaisy's going to have to make a move quick, swim through, but it looks like he is going to get it done, and he does right at the buzzer. So we have our buzzer beaters in basketball, and we have buzzer beaters in many sports, and there's your version of it in wrestling. Yellow Jackets had choice, so Zaisy takes the down position, again up 2-0 with that last second quick stand up, but nice mat return there by Northrup. Northrup throwing a leg in there, which kind of flattens you out and putting some pressure on the shoulder, but Zaisy just powers his way out, and you got to like that quick explosion. And if he can get that leg, there he goes, and if he can get spun around, we'll get that 2 points. And a crucial one as reversal would be really nice in this case. There it is. Minute 20 in the second. Zaisy up now 4-0 in a really good contest in the JV round. If you're just tuning in, and it's JV match going, and we'll stay on the same stream when it comes time for the varsity match, and looking forward to that one too, as we have a good Highway 10 rivalry coming. roll attempt there to get out. Zaisy follows tight, and the key to that is not leaving any gap in between your back or your chest and their back. But nice work by Northrup, but still hasn't been awarded the points here. And Zaisy kind of holds on to that leg, but it looking like if Northrup can get over the top and kind of hook that leg, he's going to get that 30 seconds remaining here. But nice job by Zaisy to hop back over the top. Oh boy, there could be some back points. I'm not really sure. I would say they got the reversal and plenty of time to get the back points here. And this is kind of an awkward position for Zaisy. There's nowhere really to go unless he can get his arm out, which he does right there, and then gets the reversal. So to recap that, as we run out of time in the second, we have reversal with back points. We get 3 and 5 there for Northrup, and then a reversal by Zaisy, and Zaisy's up 6-5 if you can follow all that heading into the third period. And I'm not so sure I did the best job of following all that. Northrup in the down position. Nice little tilt there by Zaisy. Now he's got in a really good position, so he's got back points. But I think in this position, you cup the head and you drive in with those shoulders, and you're looking for the fall. There it is, fall by Zaisy, win for the Yellow Jackets in a really good battle, and the Yellow Jackets doing a nice job in this JV portion as well as the Lakers. And we'll be back with the next one after a word from these sponsors.
New Horizons Realty has a beautiful home available on Devil's Lake. No corners cut in this 5-bedroom, 5-bath, walkout-style home that includes a 3-stall garage. Host your friends to a breathtaking lake scenery from your new cedar deck patio that is only steps away from the beach. Make it your home this summer and many summers to come. Visit PermRealEstate.com for more info and photos of this magnificent lakeside home, or call 218-346-7767 today.
We're back here live at the Hive, and the Yellow Jackets and the Detroit Lakers in JV wrestling. We have Brody Wacker out on the mat for the Yellow Jackets against Zach Rule for the Lakers. And so far, so good, and a nice crowd here tonight, Ryan, and just kind of what you expect when you get hometown rivals.
It is, and it's really nice to see everyone that showed up. And I imagine with that little jamboree that we had going on, I'm hoping a lot of those youngsters were able to stick around and watch the older kids go after it now. Right,
and it's such an important thing to get those youth here watching, and it just builds the sport in such a nice way. So, yeah, I couldn't agree more, and it's nice to have a good full house coming on here, and a lot of people just enjoying the full evening. Again, we have Wacker for the Yellow Jackets, Rule for the Lakers, and Wacker in on a single there. But nice sprawl out defense there by Rule, and Rule looks pretty long. And that kind of bodes well for him to defend some of those leg shots, because he's able to sprawl out and spread out so far that it's hard for Wacker to get in there. Now it Rule's in on a shot of his own, and he gets the first takedown and first points of this match. With 28 seconds remaining, he's up 2-0, looking for more. Cradle in there and a quick spin, but nice job by Wacker there, just spinning his way out of there. And I don't know about you, Ryan, but the smell of popcorn's already starting to get me, so I don't know what your favorite treat is, but 3 seconds remaining. But we may have to go down and get some before too long.
We may have to. You're right. That does smell amazing.
Detroit Lakes has the choice on the flip, looking over at the coaching staff, and decides to take the down position, leading 2-0. Brody Wacker with the cover up there and the whistle, and we're off to the start of the second period with Zach Rule leading 2-0. Wacker with a mat return there. Looks like he is trying to put the arm bar in. He's got it threaded in there pretty good. Now if he can go slow, take that big step over the top of the head here, Rule's doing everything he can to fight. We didn't have a great advantage there, but the legs were kicking and trying not to, and it looks like there goes the arm bar. It looked like it was still in there for a second or two, but now we're back to where we started this second period. Minute 15 left on the clock, 2-0 in favor of Rule over Wacker. Ryan Bowman's going to start throwing out some fancy names he learned when he was in 6th grade wrestling, I imagine, here pretty soon, and kind of light up the experience of JV wrestling.
Yeah, I don't know about that too much. I had a 6th grader in my room today telling me more than I ever knew about wrestling at that point.
Hey, we all learn it at some point, and here's Brody trying to hold him down, Brody Wacker, that is, from the Yellow Jackets, and Rule stands up and hand behind the head, potentially dangerous. Probably a good call. You'd rather be safe than sorry, especially with these younger wrestlers. 32 seconds on the clock, 2-0 in favor of Rule, but nice job by Wacker not letting him out. I'm pretty sure the Detroit Lakes and Rule thought that they would get an easy one, get out and be up 3-2. Wacker working on a tilt back to that armbar series. So nice job by Wacker in this situation. He'll have the option, and it'll be curious to see what Wacker and the Yellow Jackets coaching staff decide for him to do coming up after this 5 seconds. Wacker chooses up, and fair enough on that one. Nice job. It kind of took off balance. Rule just took a second there to kind of gather himself, and Brody Wacker just shot right in, got that 2 point. Now it's tied 2-2, and I was just going to say fair enough because they must like what Brody does on his feet, and he was only down 2-0. Now 2-3 as the escape by Rule, and right back into that double by Wacker. And here we are with the ebb and flow of wrestling with a minute 20 remaining. We go for almost a couple periods there with very little action, and then we have all kinds of things happen in the last 35 seconds. So nice job by Wacker. He's back in on that arm series of some heavy pressure on the shoulders, trying to pull that wrist across, and we've got stall call on Green, which would be Wacker, and not really trying to improve his position, just pulling that arm under. 4-3, minute 4 remaining on your KLN scoreboard. Brody's got to be careful now, Brody Wacker. You get that second stall, and then that's a point, and then you give up the escape. And here's a little leg trip, which ends up with Rule kind of on top of Wacker. Let's see what can happen. Wacker's holding on tight. 30 seconds remain. I would say Wacker's improving his position a little bit. And we get a stalemate, and that's probably best case scenario maybe for both wrestlers, as 20 seconds remains on the clock. And a 4-3 match. Rule gets out. Look for Brody for another quick shot. If Brody can ride him out, he gets a well-deserved, hard-fought victory over Zach Rule. Nice job by Brody. He's got that arm bar in, 7 seconds remaining. He's got enough stuff. He's pulling that wrist across now in a butcher into a power half, and Brody Wacker is going to succeed in a really good contest. Brody Wacker wins 4-3 over Zach Rule, and we'll be right back with Aidan Wilprick versus Brock Balochi after these messages. All right, we're back, and again, the match that I had previewed a little bit beforehand, we got Aidan Wilprick against Brock Balochi. Wilprick for the Yellow Jackets, Balochi for the Lakers, and we're tied up at 0-0, minute 25 remaining on the clock. Nice takedown there by Balochi, and doing a really nice job. He started out in his ride, but again, here's Wilprick trying to peel the hands. So nice job. 1 minute, 5 seconds remaining in this period between Wilprick for the Yellow Jackets, Balochi for the Lakers. Two back points there for the Lakers. I believe they're going to award him. Maybe he just finally gave. Nope, there it is. Two, kind of watching our scoreboard as well. So 4-0 in favor of the Lakers. 20 seconds remain here in this first period. Wilprick doing a good job. He's trying to peel hands and getting through, and lot to look forward to coming up. We got the Gene Sports Shop pregame show. Highlight some really key matchups and some what the wrestlers have been doing up to this point. We'll give you the J&L Nutrition Backyard starting lineups to the best of our abilities, or as we think that they will go tonight. And we have lots of good things. We've got some keys to the match by the Goose Group, and we're going to be awarding some Reuter Family Dentistry pins along with the ATM pin of the match from United Community Bank. KLN is sponsoring our scoreboard. If we have some blood timeouts, we'll take a break with Perham Health through some blood timeouts. We'll have a mid-match summary from EOT Insurance. We'll have an end of the match recap by Soda Properties Zero Res Carpet Cleaning, and the move of the meet will come in terms of Farm Bureau Financial Services, and then we'll award the wrestler of the match from JFC Luxury Homes, Interiors by Winkles, and Rivers Edge Cabinetry. And escape there by Balochi makes it 5-0 a minute 25, and it looks like he's in on a takedown, and he has it. Makes it 7-0 in favor of Balochi with about a minute 10 remaining in the second period. So lots of good things coming up here as we head towards the Gene Sports Shop pregame show, and a lot to kind of go over and cover, and we're glad you're along for the JV matchups. We talked about it earlier. These kids work awfully hard, Ryan, and it's good to get them on the screen.
They do, and like we said, it was really cool to see how they were all interacting with the young kids before. I've said that before, and now, like you said, they work hard just as much as those varsity guys. So this is awesome to watch them play.
It's great to have them on here, and you make a good point that a lot of these guys were reffing, helping out. They got the mats off and flipped over the script a little bit, and now we're going to play a takedown game a little bit. Escape there for Wilprick, and again a takedown there by Balochi. So two escapes by Wilprick, and Balochi's just going in a nice elevator there by Wilprick. Doesn't give up that takedown, and now looking with 15 seconds left, he does give that takedown, and it's 13-3 in favor of Balochi with about 10 seconds to go. And so looks like they could play a little game of that cat and mouse takedown, trying to get to a tech fall, which would be a 15-point differential, and kind of some key bonus points as you start to work as a JV, or thinking about, if I'm on the varsity mat, this gains an extra point for my team, and that's what I would want to do. So again, Yellow Jackets, Wilprick takes down. Optional start. Optional start lets him up, so a point for Wilprick. So that makes the score 13-4. 13-4 in favor of Detroit Lakes. And then right in on a single, a nice job by this. Balochi really does a nice job getting to the legs, and Wilprick's trying to defend, but it's getting through there, and so another takedown makes it 15-4, so 11 points. Now he's trying to get some back points as he's working kind of got the legs in there, power half. So it's fun to see all the different moves and skills coming about as these guys are wrestling. Minute 5 left on your clock. And we're going back to the takedown game. And again, Balochi does a nice job of not letting Wilprick's got to defend right from the get-go. So a couple of escapes and a couple of takedowns there. And we're back to that 10-point lead of 15-5 with about 45 seconds remaining. So not gaining the ground that maybe he thought he would have. But looks like maybe another takedown, and we have it. So that's 17-5. 30 seconds remaining, so it'd be tough. He's going to have to do, but he's looking for a tilt. Pulls the arms back in of Wilprick, trying to get him tilted over. Definitely trying to get back points if he could get his 3 back points here. A late escape here gives a point for Wilprick, makes it 17-6. So right now, kind of just that learning, go get another takedown in those last seconds. For Balochi, and really working hard. And there he shoots in with 3 seconds remaining, and we'll see if he gets awarded, and he does right at the buzzer, our second buzzer beater as we've been on the air. So nice job there by both wrestlers. 19-6 win in favor of Balochi from Detroit Lakes. I believe coming up next, we're going to see it'll be Brian Olson versus, I believe, Carter Grissman. So we'll take a little short break and we'll come back for Olson Grissman.
Welcome to the Cactus. The Cactus was built from a passion to gather, to celebrate, and to experience sophisticated fun. Gather your group, rival friends in a game of golf, or lace up the bowling shoes in a grand rendition of the classic American pastime while you enjoy our classic American cuisine served from our scratch kitchen. Don't forget, the Cactus is your go-to watch party destination for all Perham Yellow Jacket broadcasts. The Cactus, a unique dining and entertainment venue, 43-521 Fort Thunder Road in Perham.
Welcome back, and we got some quick action by Olson. Olson with a 2-0 lead with a takedown and then a scramble effect, and then it looked like they called a clasp again on Olson, which gives a point to Grissman. So 2-1 in favor of Olson. About a minute 20 left on the clock. Grissman with a quick stand-up and then tries to sit out. Again, he's going to peel the hands and try to run. Olson doing a good job, but he's going to have to return him soon. Otherwise, you probably will get a stall call, and he does get him down and return as a good mat return right there. Escape by Grissman makes it 2-2. 55 seconds on our KLN score clock. Again, coming up here, we have a few matches left to go, and we'll start us up again with the Gene Sports Shop pregame show. We'll talk about the Goose Group keys to the match, and we have a lot of things to cover here coming up shortly. But here's that dreaded headlock, but nice job by Olson. Flips the script, turns him over onto his back, kind of used that momentum and just put Grissman onto his back, and looking pretty tight here. Again, I think we want to get up on that chest a little more, and there's the fall by Olson. So Olson win by pin over Carter Grissman from the Lakers. When we come back, we will have Aidan Vetch versus Samlorth. Vetch for the Yellow Jackets, Lorth for the Lakers.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Why would you wander around a warehouse store looking for paint when you could just swing by your neighborhood Ace? In addition to Ace's award-winning service, we have top-rated paint brands. Plus, our color matching technology allows us to match any color. So stop wandering and start painting. Head to your neighborhood Ace today.
Hi, this is Mallory Stotterell and Erica Saylor from Lakes Ace Hardware. You can expect expert help for your next project at Lakes Ace Hardware, right here in downtown Perham.
And welcome back, and we have Vetch and Lorth on the the mat, and the Vetch got kind of picked up and put on his back, and Lorth looks really long and lean and has Vetch in a bad position, but Aidan's a scrapper, and he'll do his best to fight it off, but and there he's doing a nice job with that arm being pinned, and there he pulls his arm back, so he gives up the takedown, so I believe it should be 5-0. Takedown and then 3 back points, but fights it, now giving up that arm bar, which is the back points are being counted again here for Samlorth from the Lakers. And 3 more near falls makes it 8-0 with about 55 seconds remaining in period number 1. And again, we should tell people as here's another job by Lorth, but that's a clasp, and so that's a technical violation. Point for Vetch, and he should be able to take the down position and get a chance to down position and then get a chance to get that escape point with 45 seconds remaining. This is all done. They weigh, they do all the things that they possibly can in these JV matches, but then it takes a really good group of coaching staff to sit together, talk about who should wrestle who, what's going to make good matches, what's going to make a better spot for the team, but for both teams, and then they let the wrestlers do the rest. But Vetch gets out of a cradle. That's kind of a tough thing to do, and a nice work by him to defend that cradle off, but right back to that arm bar goes Samlorth. Ten seconds remaining. Vetch is trying to hold off and get to the second period as he goes to his back there, and he got the 1 count, but then nothing happened and time expires. We go into period number 2 with Samlorth in the lead, 8-1 over Aidan Vetch from Perham. Lorth chooses up. Vetch in on a single. Kind of getting sprawled out. Does a nice job, and that's where he got caught the last time too. As he was trying to spread out, Lorth kind of just grabbed that arm, put it into an arm bar, but Vetch is fighting like crazy under there as we're getting back points for Lorth. Lorth repositions. Scoops the head this time. And there's the fall for Samlorth over Aidan Vetch in the second period, and a good contested match. And we will be coming back with Bryson Salo versus Dane Weber. Bryson Salo for the Yellow Jackets, Dane Weber for the Lakers. We'll be back after 30 seconds.
Welcome to Nias Family Sales, located just north of Highway 10 exit in Perham. Stop in today or visit NiasFamilySales.com to view the quality inventory of pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs. Nias Family Sales can offer financing options to fit your needs, no matter your credit history. Nias Family Sales also has an experienced and reliable parts and service department that's open extra hours to help fit your hectic schedule. Nias Family Sales, the Lakes area automotive leader since 1999.
Salo Weber on the mat. Salo for the Yellow Jackets. Weber, a household name in the Detroit Lakers wrestling room. Going through, we've had an early takedown by Salo, an escape by Weber, and it leaves us at 2-1 with 1:30 to go in the first period. And Salo with another nice takedown, kind of that nice deep pull, and now he's got the arm trapped, looking to square. Oh, and a nice adjustment there by Salo, and looking really comfortable on the mat, but good job of Weber there. Just rolling enough to get that escape. So I believe 6-2 should be our score, but I've been wrong before. So 4-2 is the score. One of the interesting things coming up, we saw Micah Balderson in the opening match, and one of the things is when another team has a lot of wrestlers weigh in a certain weight and you only have so many, you end up wrestling more than once. So we're going to get to see Micah Balderson twice this evening. Salo with another takedown, 30 seconds remain, 6-2 score. On your KLN scoreboard for Salo, doing a nice job and trying to work some back points, flatten him out. Nice job of stretching out his opponent there and then trying to keep him down for the last 10 seconds here. But here comes Weber right back up. So Weber does a nice job on the run, and those are some key points that you don't want to give up in the last 5 seconds as we end at the end of the first period. 6-3 in favor of Salo. Well, few matches in. Ryan Bowman, what do you think of covering some wrestling here?
I definitely think it's an interesting endeavor. I never thought that I'd be broadcasting a day in my life, and yet here I am. But enjoying it.
Hey, exactly. It's a sport that you'll grow to love, trust me. Salo out in the second period, so he takes a 7-3 lead. There's something about the competition of wrestling that it's hard to compare to, and boy, I know these kids up in this wrestling room and how hard they work and what they kind of go through, and you got to love the sport to be able to do that. So we're just happy that we're able to bring the sport to you. We're in the JV matches right now. We decided to go on early, get these JV kids some airtime so they can go home and watch themselves on TV, and they definitely deserve it for the hours and the blood, sweat, and tears that they probably put into the room every day. So Salo up 7-3, 1 minute to go in your second period. Nice takedown by Salo. And I've seen him grow over this year and doing a nice job, and does a nice job of covering up here. 9-3 lead, 45 seconds remaining. Things going well for Salo right now. Oh, nice job here. Salo should be getting some back points, and he is. Now he's looking to tighten it up, trying to get the pin, and there's the slap of the mat with 17 seconds remaining in the second period. So Salo would have been up 12-3 and in major decision look, and he does a nice job with his win over Weber from Detroit Lakes, and a really nice matchup there, and it's fun to see those kids and a smile on his face as he crosses the mat. And we'll be back with Micah Balderson after this message.
Hansen's Plumbing and Heating provides the highest quality products and services to ensure the comfort and safety of all their customers. It's what they do. Henry Hansen, later known as Hardware Hank, first opened the family hardware store in the early 1930s in Burgess, Minnesota. Today, they are proud to carry on his legacy of hard work and honesty through teamwork, fellowship, cutting-edge technology, and forward thinking. 218-346-2422 or make a visit in Perham, Burgess, or Detroit Lakes today. Hansen's Plumbing and Heating, proudly serving Minnesota families for over 80 years.
Micah Balderson, Billy Thompson on the mat in the JV matchup, and one of the things that we saw to Balderson in the first matchup was that low shot single leg takedown, and he went for that again. But again, a long wrestler here for the Lakers in Billy Thompson, and Balderson has a nice job. He kind of sets you up thinking he's going up high, shoots down to that ankle, but now he's got to get that finish down because it got him into trouble a little bit last time when he gets up on his hip, but this time he's doing a better job keeping his hip up, and high hip usually wins, and he's doing a good job. But what an excellent effort here by Billy Thompson, just trying to hold on to Micah Balderson. If Balderson can get his head out, this will be 2, and there it is. Balderson up 2-0, 40 seconds remain. Got one of our future wrestlers in Easton Hine just going behind me here after a few matches on the mat tonight. Maybe a little fist bump. Maybe a little fist bump from Easton Hine. There we go. Nice job by Micah locking up this cradle. Let's see, it's a dangerous spot. He does a nice job keeping it tight, but this is one of those dangerous positions. As you see, Billy Thompson doing a nice job pushing his will, forcing this, kind of rewrapping the head, and neither wrestler, and I don't think we're going to get any points out of that. So Balderson goes in 2-0, goes up 2-0 into the second. Interesting predicament there, and cradles are really awesome, and they can be really a tricky situation if you don't get it hooked up just right. You end up on your back. It's kind of like that tilt series. It scares me to death as a wrestling dad until I know the points have been awarded. Billy Thompson takes the down position. I was too busy talking, didn't see who got the choice on that one. But anyways, Micah's in the top position looking at that cradle kind of again, but have to be just a little nervous after the way the last one went. But good job with heavy pressure. He's got Iowa hooked up. Be nice if he could stretch him out a little bit here, get him flat to the mat and start working some of his series of offense. Two to two on the score clock here, and Balderson's working his way around to get a reversal, and he does get it. 50 seconds remaining in the second period. Balderson up 4-2. Looking, he's got those legs crossed, and then lets off on that, trying to see if he could tilt him over, but the length, the sheer length of Billy Thompson, I think, denied that. Balderson rolls the head underneath, looking for some near fall points. 30 seconds remaining, so good action here by Balderson. He's going back to that cradle again. Good action, as I was saying, for Balderson. He's going from move to move, and this time the cradle's locked in a little bit better. He's got himself in a better position, but Thompson's so long, he gets that rocking and gets out of there. So 2-point near fall, nice mat return for Micah Thompson. Micah Thompson. Yeah, I was covering basketball so much that Micah Balderson, that was a super nice mat return, under control, kind of pushed his will onto his opponent. So 6-2, Balderson. Balderson's choice, he takes down where he is in control of the match right now at 6-2. Obviously, this escape point would be great on your KLN scoreboard, making it 7-3, and he hops right up, and I think he might be trying for two, and he does, and he ends up in a good position. And there he gets the two reversals, so 8-2. Nice job. He rolls him under. I thought maybe we would get some back points, but the official says topsy-turvy there, and it just seems like this is one wiry hombre here in Billy Thompson, but this is a little bit tighter series we have here by Micah Balderson. And I was kind of waiting for the fall there for a second as we got squirmy, but he definitely has three, and there's the pin. And I just thought that was coming just by the way Billy Thompson had to fight, but what an effort by Billy Thompson. He got out of some positions that I didn't think that he would have, but congratulations to Micah Balderson on a pin, and we'll be back with Carson Zaisy and Alex Chilter after these messages. Welcome back to the Hive. Carson Zaisy versus Alex Chilter on the mat, and no score, minute 30 going here. We're trying to get some commercial breaks in. Definitely thankful for our sponsors and all that they bring, and we know it'll get tight when the varsity match goes in, so we're trying to get some of those in. We're in the JV matchup. We saw Carson Zaisy earlier tonight. We'll see him again, and Carson with the early takedown. Chilter with a nice move to try to spin out of there, but just didn't quite get it. Zaisy up 2-0 with a minute remaining in the first period. Looks like we'll have 3 matchups after this one. Then we'll probably take a little bit of a break, kind of get ourselves gathered up. We'll come back with the Gene Sport Shop pregame show. For the varsity, we'll talk about the Goose Group's key matchups. We'll go through the JNL Nutrition backyard starting lineups, or at least how we think they're going to go. And we'll get in all of the different things that we have on store for you as we get into the varsity match. But Zaisy up 2-0, 25 seconds remaining in the first period. And nice job by Zaisy as he keeps working this. But again, it's been in these positions that it's been a 50-50 for the Yellow Jackets and for the Lakers, I guess, if you look at it that way. And they just kind of pop back and forth. Zaisy with a nice single leg there, but 5 seconds remaining, and he's going to have to make it happen fast if it's going to happen. And again, 2 from the Perham Yellow Jackets faithful was the chant, and we've seen 2 buzzer beaters. That would have been the third one. Don't usually see it come down to the wire that much, but it certainly has tonight. Chilter takes the down position. Zaisy covers up. 2-1 lead for Zaisy. We have on deck Evan Sierra versus Zach Rule. We saw Zach Rule earlier. Nice looking athlete. Then we have Dwayne Krause versus Carter Grossman, and Mason Whips versus Brock Boucher, and we saw him earlier as well. So tilt series, nice move. He's got the armbar in. Let's see if he can get just sheer strength by the Lakers, kind of keep them out of harm's way more than once as Chilter just kind of muscles his way out of a really good move and really good hold by Zaisy. Now he sits out. Zaisy tries to throw in his arm, and then here comes a cradle. So again, if you're the Yellow Jackets and you're the coaching staff, you gotta like what the Yellow Jackets are doing, going move to move. This cradle has not been a good situation for the Yellow Jackets, as we've gotten our head tucked under a few times. I think this time we are getting, as Zaisy does a nice job getting his backside up in the air and creating some leverage. And now if you look, he gets him in a really bad position, but he's got to sit back, and as soon as that head looks up, man, it's a pin. So nice job, Carson Zaisy, with a fall. That would be a Reuter family dentistry pin for the Yellow Jackets, and the Yellow Jackets do a very nice job. So we'll step away for a few seconds. We'll come back with Evan Sierra versus Zach Rule on the mat.
Sweet chaos. Delightfully disruptive.
Sierra Rule on the mat for the Yellow Jackets and Lakers. Evan Sierra for the Yellow Jackets. Zach Rule for the Lakers. 0-0 score, minute 36. I kind of sound like a broken record. That seems like it's the timing. Minute 36, nice action there by Evan Sierra. And one of the things, fun to see Evan Sierra on the mat. He brings some quickness. definitely some speed. We're going to have to see the length. And speaking of speed, Rule with a super nice takedown. But there you saw how quick Evan Sierra is as he's right back up off of it, right back into his own single leg, elevates it, drags him on the mat. I'd like to see him grab the head instead of trip there, but it didn't work out in his favor. But he had that leg so high, if he could have grabbed that leg, he probably could have grabbed a standing cradle, which sounds crazy as he's the smaller of the two in the competition right now, but it was definitely there. So next time we'll see if Evan Sierra goes to the head instead of trying to do the trip. Evan back in on a single on Zach Rule, so Evan going to try to circle. Rule does a nice job and then kind of head levers him. So got him in a spot, tries the back trip, but Evans having nothing of that. If he can pull his head out of there, there's that 2 points. And nice job by Evan Sierra as he leads 3-2 with 30 seconds remaining. And like I said before, we'll have 2 more matchups after this one. We'll take a short break. We'll come back for the Gene Sports Shop pregame show, and we'll talk about the Goose Group keys to the match and some other things as we get rolling along on our pregame. We're in the JV matchup again. Evan Sierra for the Yellow Jackets, Zach Rule for the Lakers. 5 seconds remaining in this period. Evan back in on a single. Rule trying to go behind, and that's the worst time you can give up some points is in that last couple seconds. Rule takes a 5-3 lead into the second period. Big night for the Yellow Jackets. The boys basketball team is in Dilworth to play DGF at the Fort. We have gymnastics going on in the hometown of Perham, so lots of activities going on. Girls basketball tomorrow night. We'll be back on live. Jason and I will be here with, I believe, Ryan Bowman will be on camera again. And so full week, and then Saturday there's a big basketball tournament, boys and girls, here at the Hive, and it kind of rolls all day, followed up by the Yellow Jackets boys and girls teams playing in the last 2 events, and we'll carry those as well here on Magnitude Sports. 8-3 for Rule after I thought really a good first period by Sierra. And I thought Sierra was showing some of that speed and quickness and using it, but Rule kind of just settled everything down, kept it within a few points here, and now he's kind of settling in and showing his way and using his muscles as Sierra comes out of that, making the score 8-4 with 1 minute remaining in the second period. Sierra goes right into that shot, and again, it's one of those things as he becomes more confident, he's going to set that up just a little bit more, get just a little bit lower so he gets underneath the hips. And once he would get underneath the hips, it would remind me of a double leg takedown of a guy standing right next to me, Jesse Hine. I saw him many times here in Perham as he just blast doubled his way into the state entrant many times. So again, things that the Yellow Jackets can work on as we get rolling here, and that's what these events are all about. So nice job there by Sierra as he gets the takedown. 8-6, 10 seconds remaining. Good ride out here would be good. Don't give up any points. Don't 2 points, you're sitting pretty good. Zach Rule's a tough competitor, though. He's a strong kid. He uses his body well and does many good things. So, again, it's Sierra's choice. Sierra takes down, being down 8-6 going into the third. He takes down. Yep, Rule was going to go down. Nice job, but catching that by the official. Again, sometimes, like for Rule, his second match, it looks maybe a little bit more winded than Sierra with his first, but Evans got to get up, get to his base, and get his point here. And he does just that, now separates the arms, and here we go. So anybody's match now, 20 seconds into the third period, 8-7 in favor of Rule. next takedown is going to be huge, and Evan goes in with the shot, gets to the single. Again, he's got to get his head up, circle a little bit. Otherwise, again, and Rule's not letting that happen as he's driving that head down, and as soon as he gets that head down, he spins around and takes that takedown away from Sierra and now leads 10-7 with 1:14 remaining. Evan back up to his base. Rule kind of throws in a haymaker from across the chin. Both wrestlers seem a little bit tired right now. Nice job by Rule. Hooks the head. We got points awarded, at least 2. This should push it to 3. And he's getting it pretty tight in there, and there's the fall. So, again, nice job by Evan Sierra. Some things that you need to work on, and that's why you wrestle these matches, is to try to make yourself better and better all the time. But you can definitely see the abilities there, and the want to is there. Now we just got to put that all together. So we'll be back with Dwayne Krause and Carter Grissman battling next. We'll be back after this 30-second message.
Say hello to Taylor Doll at the Backyard. Taylor keeps the store filled with your pet's favorite pet food, pet treats, and pet toys. Hard to find items like retractable dog leashes and pet supplements. The Backyard also carries everything you need for your livestock and poultry operations. Are you a bird watcher? The Backyard has one of the best selections of bird seed, suets, and feeders in the area. And finally, don't forget to book a spa day for your dog with one of our professional dog groomers. 218-346-7487.
And a quick pin there by the Lakers. Grissman with a pin over Krause. And that would be a Reuter Family Dentistry quick pin, we'll say at that time. And so we'll step away for another 30, and we'll come back after this message.
I didn't know what a derecho was. Didn't know that kind of storm existed. I didn't worry a bit about my coverage. It did not let me down. I was not caught blindsided. The secret is to have an agent that gets you insured for your needs. If you don't have Farm Bureau, you don't have good insurance.
Contact Farm Bureau agent Michelle Beck in Perham at 218-345-4010.
So welcome back. We're in the JV portion yet. We're running a little bit behind schedule. We had a lot of youth jamboree going on with a lot of wrestlers. A lot of kids in there, and that's what you want to see if you want the sport to grow. So we're still in the JV portion, and we're going to bring you the JV portion. That was our plan. We have Mason Whips out there for the Yellow Jackets versus Brock Bushi, and we saw Bushi earlier. This is Whips' first match out there, and this will be the last match in the JV portion unless they find some others. Whips gets the early takedown to lead 2-0, armbar in. Now he kind of goes to a reverse head. And this is kind of one of those positions if Mason brings his head up now. Once he gets that scooped up, head up, gets that other arm scooped up, this could be a quick fall, but nice job by Bushi. But you got to get on those toes, elevate the head, bring your own head up, and expose those shoulders to the mat. Whips has 3 points waiting, whether there's a pin or not a pin, as there's been extended back points happening here. Boucher down below and does a nice little switch, but turns into kind of a headlock situation there for Whips, and Whips gets a Reuter Family Dentistry pin for the win, and doing a very nice job there is Mason Whips for the Yellow Jackets. So it looks like they're going to shake hands, Ryan. So what we're going to do is step away for about a 2-minute break here, maybe a little bit longer. We'll be back with the Gene Sports Shop pregame show with the Goose Group keys to the match, and we'll bring that all back to you after a few messages from our sponsors.
Soda Lake Properties is a property management company that offers a wide range of local services year-round. Yard care and landscaping services in the spring and summer, and snow removal and watercraft solutions in the winter. They also offer interior design services that will make your home or office look refreshed and inviting. Not to mention soda cleaning services for residential and commercial buildings, along with construction sites. To learn more about all these services and the revolutionary zero-res carpet cleaning, visit the website today. Just type in sodalakesproperties.com.
Reuter Family Dentistry, with locations in Perham and Wadena, welcomes new patients. Here's what Reuter Family Dentistry can offer you.
We offer wisdom teeth removal, sedation dentistry, dental implants, root canals, cosmetic dentistry, and Invisalign.
The fact that it can be done here is really important for me because it's a chore sometimes getting all your maintenance done. So if it's all done in the right place, that makes it a lot easier.
What sets the world's leading hospitals apart from the rest? It's their continued ability to deliver the highest quality patient care. Perham Health is honored to be a top 10 Minnesota hospital. Patients experience it, and Newsweek has recognized it. Even during the unpredictability of the pandemic, the nurses, doctors, and many others at Perham Health put their best foot forward. Thank you to everyone at Perham Health for continuing to provide the best patient care.
At the Goose Gang, we believe there's a kid in all of us, and we are here to help you find the exciting new toy or game to bring a bit of extra fun to your day. We stock the best toys from around the world to promote learning, imagination, and play. Everything you need to bring your family together. No matter what you're looking for or what age your birth certificate says, we have something for everyone. Don't miss our handcrafted popcorn, wide selection of candy, or the specialty sodas. Treat yourself at the Goose Gang.
Welcome to Gene Sports Shop, located right on Main Street in Perham, Minnesota. We are your Lakes Area Archery headquarters. We are an authorized dealer for Matthews, Hoyt, Bowtech, Elite, Bear, and PSC bows, as well as a full line of crossbows. Our friendly, skilled bow technicians will go the extra mile with great customer service to ensure your bow and gear are ready for the woods this fall. Whatever your archery needs are, trust Gene Sports Shop this fall, located in Perham.
Welcome to the Hive and the Gene Sports Shop pregame show as we finished up a youth jamboree, JV matches, and now we're going to head on to the varsity. It's Parents' Night here for the Yellow Jackets, and all the parents are getting brought out to the mat along with their wrestler, and it's fun to see. And again, before we get going too far, hats off to parents. I know, Ryan Bowman, how appreciative you are of your parents. I know how appreciative of mine, and man, just the hours they spend coming to get you, going to get you, being a part of their lives. It's just so important, and so hats off to the parents tonight.
That's exactly right. I remember growing up, going to all sorts of basketball tournaments, football camps, baseball camps, and conventions. So all of the effort that they put in and the time and effort, like you said, it's really amazing what parents do for their kids.
It is, and it's a dedication in every sport nowadays. So Parents' Night going on for the Yellow Jackets, but we're here with the Gene's Sports Shop pregame show, and as we start to think about some Goose Group keys to the match, as it's a definite Highway 10 rivalry. It goes back to many years, as I can remember being in just being in Thief River for section championships with DL and the Yellow Jackets, and how competitive they were. And the names have changed, and even the coaching staffs have changed. But what hasn't changed, I don't think, is this rivalry. And we talked about it earlier. We mentioned about it earlier that rivalries just amp up competition just to the next level.
That's exactly right. I heard pretty much all day in school today everyone talking about the DL Perham wrestling match tonight and how tough it was going to be, and I'm excited to watch it.
Right, and it is. And one of the things I think that has changed a lot in this day and age is these kids know each other. They wrestle with each other in the off season. Their social media, they're connected. So it's going to be a heated, good competition tonight on the mat. But I don't think that changes how they feel about each other when it's over. And one of the key things to that is that's what sports is all about. Building lifetime friendships, lifetime respect that lasts far longer than 6 minutes on the mat. And again, you look at these Yellow Jacket families and how proud they are to be standing out there with their son tonight, and they should be. And again, I'm so excited for this matchup. I got to weather some of my own emotions, as I still have. Those of you who know me, I went through Layton and now Braylon's on the mat, and we'll talk about some of those key things. But as we look at the Goose Group keys to the match, I think it never fails bonus points. Whichever team doesn't give up the extra points. If you're not supposed to win and you lose 8-5 and only give up 3 versus getting pinned and giving up 6, I think that might be part of the keys to tonight's matchup. Ryan, I don't know if you have any thoughts to chime in there, but it always seems like that's what it boils down to. Talk to Coach Mosier, former coach of the Yellow Jackets, and that's what he said. He preached bonus points all the time with his wrestlers.
I agree. I don't know that I can beat bonus points, but like I said, I heard a lot about how tough these two teams are going to be, and I think whoever can outlast on the mat,
it's going to be good. So kind of an abbreviated, we're getting started right away here. So we'll finish up the Gene Sports Shop pregame show, our Goose Group's keys to the match, our J&L Nutrition backyard. This is how we think they could go at 106 for the Yellow Jackets. Dresden Wegshai could be taking on either Talon Bacon or Avery Nordby, and we'll have Ryan will do a good job of listening to where we're at. At 113, Chevy Heron against Donovan Zima or Carlin Maston, excuse me. At 120 for the Yellow Jackets, Ike Adams against Jeremy Lynn for the Lakers. At 126, Tegan Detloff versus Bo Sumdahl, and we'll talk about some of these as we get going. At 132, Chandler Mickelson, a section champ, currently rated 8th in the state against Sawyer Storing. 138, Carson Beyer for the Yellow Jackets, possibly taking on Sawyer Storing. I think I said that twice. I think it's Leroy Lacrosse or Isaiah Vargas at 132 for the Lakers. At 145, Nick Peters for the Yellow Jackets versus Tyson Elliott. Elliott's a key contributor, currently rated 7th for the Detroit Lakes Wrestling. Was a section champ last year, 37-9 last year as well. At 152 for the Yellow Jackets, Caden Felt against Brock Swears. And we are going to go to commercial break, and we'll be back with the final part of our J&L Nutrition starting lineup.
Hi, I'm Alec Meyer, and I'm a mortgage lender at United Community Bank. The best part about my job is I get to help people like you buy your dream home. At United Community Bank, we have many different loan options to best suit your needs. We offer loans with as little as 0% down and may have down payment assistance available to help you secure your first home. I'm Alec Meyer, and I'm a mortgage lender at United Community Bank. Stop in and see us or visit us online at ucbankmn.com.
United Community Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Budget Blinds, based in Detroit Lakes, serving Perham, Fergus Falls, and Park Rapids, is celebrating its 30th anniversary. Whether you need blinds, shades, shutters, drapes, check out the entire inventory online, budgetblinds.com. Also, schedule a consultation on the website. Have more questions? Give them a call, 218-206-9599. Budget Blinds is backed by the #1 provider for custom window coverings in North America and is your local window coverings expert. Visit online, budgetblinds.com. New Horizons Realty has a beautiful home available on Devil's Lake. No corners cut in this 5-bedroom, 5-bath, walkout-style home that includes a 3-stall garage. Host your friends to a breathtaking lake scenery from your new cedar deck patio that is only steps away from the beach. Make it your home this summer and many summers to come. Visit PermRealEstate.com for more info and photos of this magnificent lakeside home or call 218-346-7767 today.
Welcome back to the Hive. You can see the lights are off. We're at center mat. You'll see the Yellow Jackets circling the mat here, and we'll get starting lineups going as we speak at the Gene Sports Shop pregame show. We talked about some of the Goose Group's keys to the game, not giving up bonus points, and I think for the Yellow Jackets tonight also, it's going to be you might have to pick up some victories where victories have been hard to come by. Some of the matchups tonight don't bode well for the Yellow Jackets, but at any given time, you just don't know what's going to happen. So we'll pick up at 152. We have one of the seniors for the Yellow Jackets, Caden Felt. He will be wrestling Brock Swears. Again, all of these are subject to change. This is just what I got before the match started. At 160, Johnny Ramos versus Cade Oakinson. Cade was a 6th in the section last year, but injury defaulted out, was a 32-6 record. Our 16 record last year, and is one tough kid and a good wrestler. At 170, Tristan Larson versus Colby Ortloff. At 182 could be one of those highlight matchups as we get going. Braylon Rock, who's off to a 14-3 start for the Yellow Jackets, versus Cade Jackson, currently rated 9 at 170. Cade was 45-9 last year, section runner-up, 6th at state, and everybody knows that if you remember last year at Detroit Lakes, Braylon and Cade Jackson went right to the last seconds, and it came out Cade Jackson's way. So, again, one of those highlight matches of the night. 185, Hudson Hackle off to a great start for the Yellow Jackets, 15-3. Zach Carlson's on the docket for the Lakers. 220, I don't know where they're at yet. Rory Lindquist was coming off of a little bit of an injury. He is another one of our seniors. Cash Burke has been filling in for him, so we'll see which way that leads. Again, for the Lakers, they have Henry Lee and Tynan Simpson, and there could be some juggling at that part of the lineup. We're going to have to see what happens. And at 285, I think, is another one of those, and hopefully it doesn't go down to that again. Jackson Vetch is a junior, off to a great start, 13-11, and doing a really nice job. And for the Lakers, it's Jeffrey Moen, currently rated 4th in the state. 28-12 was section runner-up, went 0-1 at state last year. Really a nice-looking athlete. I know that he's a very good wrestler, and so is Jackson Vetch. So there's a lot of good matches inside of this match, but kind of highlighted a couple of those as we got going here tonight. For the Yellow Jackets, they are coached by Dave Vetch. Dave Vetch is not new to the system. He's definitely been around for a few years now, and has done a really nice job with a up-and-coming program with the Yellow Jackets, with a lot of young wrestlers. And you're going to hear that as we go tonight. You're going to hear a lot of 8th, 9th grade wrestlers, which bodes well for the future of wrestling. He's assisted by Kyle Trout, Kevin Felt, Aaron Lawrence, and Ty Haverland. And I have to definitely speak highly of the managers and the statisticians for the Yellow Jackets, as they just put in countless amounts of time, and anything that we needed up here, they sent it to us. So Delaney Kellogg, Sadie Munson, Kylie Felt, and Abby Detloff, a way to go for your hard work for the Yellow Jackets as well. The Lakers the Lakers are they are coached by first-year coach Taylor Nine. Taylor is not new to the area, as I know he worked with freestyle and did a lot of those sorts of things through the different area around here. And he's assisted by Rob Elliott, who was the longtime head coach for the Lakers, so not too far away from the program. They're also assisted by Nathan Weber, Brett Eidenshank, Justin Horn, Ryan Ortiz, Casey Bernston, Charles Barnett, Al Foltz, and Mike Fiedler. So two very, very good coaching staffs as we get going. The Yellow Jackets come in with a record of 7-9. They've been all over the state, anywhere from the Sertoma up in Grand Forks down to Belle Plaine to Eden Prairie. So lots of good competition we've seen, and kind of well traveled are the Yellow Jackets right now, and they're looking to bring their best product forward. I know they're kind of beat up a little bit and waiting for a few people to come back. So again, if you wonder if we're alive and well, you can see the youth on the mat, Ryan, and their excitement to be with varsity level kids for this amount of time. So it does look like Cash is going for the Yellow Jackets at 220 yet. And he's had some nice wins for the Yellow Jackets. And again, some really, really good matches to come up. We'll try to pick up if there are any switches for you as we get going. But that'll end it for the Gene Sports Shop pregame show, along with the Goose Group's keys to the game and the J&L Nutrition backyard starting lineups. And so we're, again, it's a little different than basketball. We're ready to roll, and we'll do our best to bring it to you as we get going. Again, I'll just kind of always put one ear to the table so I can see if there's been any changes, but hopefully we're running through and I can go through those starting lineups with you again. I didn't see who won the toss. It looks like the Lakers are sending out first. Kind of fun. The lights are off. We got a little bit of intro music for each of the wrestlers, so it kind of sets up for a really fun night of wrestling. So right away, we've got a change in there. Avery Nordby is wrestling for the Lakers. We thought maybe Baker would be out there. Nordby is an 8th grader. Don't have current records on the Lakers, but here's a nice 2-point takedown for Dresden Wegscheid, who is a 9th grader, 7-12 on the season. Drez has been a 2-time starter now, and he's going right at He is going right at Avery Nordby, and Drez, it's kind of nice to see him be this aggressive. Drez has drawn some really tough competition this year, thus a little bit of the 7-12 record, but he is doing a nice job, and I believe that should be the second takedown. So we're 4-1, I believe, but I could be wrong. Our main score clock shows 2-1 yet, so I think we're right. So don't worry about it yet. Dresden doing a nice job. He's got that arm kind of in that arm lever position, and we'll see what we're going. And there are the officials correcting it to 4-1. So sometimes we even do something right up here, Bowman. Nice job, and Drez is going to try to get a big step. 47 seconds remaining. Step over the top, go nice and slow, and it slips. And so nice move by Dresden, does everything right. It just slips out at the very last second as he was trying to bring his leg over the ear, but he goes right into his next move. And I like that about Dresden tonight. He's coming out confident and giving a show. And these are the ones as there's an escape there with 20 seconds, so Drez has to get rolling and try to get this point back with the last 15 seconds, and he does waste little time with an ankle pick right to his back, and he's picking up back points as we get going. Kind of got into a rumbly, scrolly situation there, and then we're going to end it with an 8-2 lead for Dresden Wakescheid over Avery Nordby. So nice start for the Yellow Jackets. Great start for Dresden Wakescheid. He says both up. I've had great, and I would agree with him. Confidence has got to be high. He's got that ankle, but then Nordby goes hard in. Drez meets it. Now let's see if he can turn the corner and get that 2, and it looks like he's going to. He's just got to get that leg over the top. Kind of circle, and Drez is thinking more than just 2, I think, but there he settles for his 2. Takes a 10-2 lead, so that major decision now is in play, which would be great bonus points for the Yellow Jackets. And nice job by Wakescheid as he is putting on some really nice moves. Again, a minute 9, and we're our leader of our clock and our scoreboard. Ryan Bowman is right on track, so I can remember. I don't have to tell you that quite so much. And stalling there on the Lakers. As soon as he starts to move a little bit, Drez is right in, really trying to push hard, and now had a power half in. Now he goes back to that arm bar, trying to dig out both arms, I think. So he goes to the arm bar from this side, 10-2 yet remaining. Again, if you're the Yellow Jackets, I think you take bonus points wherever you can get them. Right now would be a major, I'm sure. The way Drez has been aggressive here, we'd like to see more than just the major. We're looking at tech fall or possible pin and not doing much on the bottom. There's the second stall. Official making me look smarter than I am. That gives a point for Dresden, and Dresden's trying to walk over the head again. He does get over the head. Let's see if there's enough time. I don't think there is for him to get any back points, and he will take the lead 11-2. Curious to see what the Lakers are going to do here. They're going both up, and I'm not so sure about that. I'm not sure what I would do, but Drez has really gotten to that low ankle many times tonight, and let's see if he changes up his game or shoots right back in at that low single, and maybe that ankle pick that he's been getting. I think he's getting the lean. Watch, there's a good combination by Drez. He's going to stretch him out here. If he keeps those hips up just like he's doing, stretches out the arm, he's going to get around, and nice job there by Dresden. Hooks the leg. We should be at 2, and there it is. 2-point takedown for Dresden. Makes it 13-2. We're in the third period, so now we need 4. We need 4 points here, which kind of puts us in an awkward position. So you wondered if they'd start going to the cutting game at about 1 minute, see if they can cut. Drez has done a nice job. But, again, I don't know. You're going to have to get 2 turns. I think here comes Coach Vetch out to kind of say exactly what I was thinking. He says, let him up. Let's get 1 more and then put the hammer on. So it's 13-3. Okay, now you set yourself up that if you get the takedown and 3 near fall, now you get the tech fall. Nice job. Oh, nice job by Drez. Boy, there was good action there. And he's got it tight. Oh, it slipped out again. But there's that 2-point. You wonder if we're going to cut 40 seconds remaining. But Drez has got to try to get this 3 extra points here, which will get us a tech fall. Again, we got to remember there's a stall on Detroit Lakes. They actually have 2. So the third one now will give another point. But he gets up to his base. Thought Drez was going to try to lock in that arm bar, but he comes to the other side, then halves, and now he's got him tight. Come on, Drez. Okay, we got a count of one, and then shoulder slip. There's 8 seconds remaining. If you're Detroit Lakes, that's a win for you because of being able to get out there. Boy, Dres has some nice moves. Dresden Wegscheids, your winner at 106 with a 15-3 major decision. So 4-0 for the Yellow Jackets on your KLN scoreboard. Chevy Heron for the Yellow Jackets out at 113 against Donovan Zimma. And Zimma right away with the takedown, and he is getting back points, and as you can see, they're dangerously close to the out of bounds and keeping the toes in, and as they slide off, he gets a 2-point near fall, so he didn't get to the 5 count. 2 points, so it's 4-0 in quick fashion against Zimma. Chevy Heron is an 8th grader, 3-6 record, kind of opened up because of some injury at the Eden Prairie duels this last weekend and picked up some victories there. And again, this is just another way to amp up the stage. It's one thing to go to a tournament. Now you're at center mat, the lights are off, you're spotlighted on, and your team's watching you. So I'm sure a little nerves there for Chevy, but he's battling his way off and doing a really nice job and keeping the score at 4-0 in favor of Donovan Zimma. Zimma, a 7th grader, and wow, good-looking 7th grader. If you are if you're a Lakers fan, really nice approach to wrestling. So Zimma gets a takedown, escape, and another takedown, and leads 4-1. We're under a minute. Chevy's trying to grab onto the ankles, and we get a stalemate called, and they will both start again. So again, both wrestlers trying to kind of get their way here. Zimma's had some really good shots, kind of caught Chevy off guard. Chevy circled there, gets a double leg. Chevy reaches back over. He had luck with this last time. I don't know that you want to live on the ankle pass, but if he can get it here, and nothing else, if you can get to that ankle, you can get that stalemate, and there's that stalemate again with under 25 seconds to go. And 4-1 lead yet for Donovan Zimma. It gets into a nice look, and Chevy bails on that, and a 2-point takedown in the last 20 seconds. And again, those are the ones you want to try to get away from, and those are the learning curves that you go to. So 6-1, Chevy spins right up. Let's see in the last seconds if he can get the escape. A nice action by Chevy there. Nothing to show for it. Chevy's choice, he defers. Zimma takes down, leading 6-1. So definitely trying to balance up this KLN scoreboard. Chevy trying to lift and mat return. Been difficult so far. Zimma, again, we're probably in danger of a stall call here pretty soon if you don't mat return him. So Chevy releases Zimma right in on the ankles. So 7-1 lead for Zimma. He's looking for more. Chevy's trying to skirt his way around. Again, I think you want to get your hips out flat and pretty quick stalemates, but probably good for the action as we're not getting a ton of action going here as we get going. So 7-1 lead for Zimma. Chevy trying to cross face here, and if he can do that, looking for the cradle. Coach's staff is saying grab that ankle and pull. Chevy's doing a nice job. He's got to get off his hips. you see what the coach is seeing him, because, man, he's working here and just holding on for dear life there is Zima. And you almost wondered if there would be almost another stall call, but they called a stalemate instead, and obviously the official knows way better than I do. Shot by Chevy there. Again, Zima sprawling, just kind of using his extra length against Chevy. Chevy doing a nice job getting in there. See if he goes to that if he could switch from that single to that double, I think he could get a takedown here. And that would be huge if he could do that before we go into the third period. Can see Chevy picking up confidence from when we started the match to where we're at right now, is just how he's moving on the mat. He's making Zima kind of do all the work, and you wonder if that'll come into play going into the third period. So kind of interesting, both wrestlers going neutral when they get the opportunity. Zima in on a double again. It seems like this is one of the spots where Chevy's probably the most confident, but this time a different approach as he picks him up, and there's 2-point takedown for Zima, gives him a 9-1 lead. And so crucial, 9-1, 8-point lead, would make it 4-4 on the scoreboard. So key for Chevy here to try to get off of his base, get to his base, get off, get that escape, and take away that major decision as Zima tries to throw a leg in. As he does that, Chevy spins, and Chevy now is in good position to get one, if not two, but he's got to get himself free here. Now return, and there's the reversal of two, so that is huge by Chevy. Chevy now just looking like he's a man of fire as he gets excited, and Zima now stands up. 9-3 is your score, so there's a stall on Chevy, but he does take him down to the mat. So if Chevy can ride this out, save a team point, that's what we were talking about in our Goose Group's keys to the game. Chevy's got to be careful now. There is a stall call on him. This could be the second stall call, which is going to lead a point, but he does mat return him. And now we're down under 30. They go back up. There's the escape. 10-3. We're setting this up for you. 7. It's got to be a takedown for Zima in the last 20 seconds. Zima does look like he's tiring out, even though he's dancing. We got to have great leg defense here by Chevy, saving that team point for the Yellow Jackets. And Zima's not going. There he goes. Chevy goes around. Looks like he was going to get the 2. We have a stoppage. I'm not quite sure why, but we stopped it with 0.6 seconds, and they shake hands. And Chevy, nice job by him, saving a team point for the Yellow Jackets, but a nice job there by both wrestlers. And Zima with the 7-3 win. Taking us to 120, which the Yellow Jackets have already brought out Ike Adams. Ike Adams, an 8th grader, 12-6 on the season, has really improved. I remember standing by his dad picking up his first victory, now has 12 on the season. He is facing off against Jeremy Lynn, also an 8th grader. So a battle of 8th graders going on right now. Ike Adams in on a single, now trying to dig out that single, does a nice job of kind of tearing that down and then going on the offensive. So 2-0. 2-0. We have our very first Perham Health blood timeout, so we're going to take a quick break as we have a Perham Health blood timeout. Welcome back. We have a caution here as we're back with Lynn and Adams. Adams up 2-0. Blood timeout for Lynn there. So we took a Perham Health blood timeout as well and escape there for Lynn. So 2-1 score. We're cruising along here. We got about a minute 30 left in this one, and Yellow Jackets up on the KLN scoreboard 4-3. Still looking for that first Reuter Family Dentistry pin of the game. Wrestlers end up out of bounds, kind of doing some scrapping. Adams still up 2-1 on your KLN scoreboard. We have blood time again. I think we'll send it away for a quick commercial break.
Welcome to the Cactus. The Cactus was built from a passion to gather, to celebrate, and to experience sophisticated fun. Gather your group, rival friends in a game of golf, or lace up the bowling shoes in a grand rendition of the classic American pastime while you enjoy our classic American cuisine served from our scratch kitchen. Don't forget, the Cactus is your go-to watch party destination for all Perham Yellow Jacket broadcasts. The Cactus, a unique dining and entertainment venue. 43-521 Fort Thunder Road in Perham.
We're back from the blood timeout. Lynn with his second blood timeout, still 2-1. About 40 seconds left on the clock here. Is a nice attempt there and a good spot to score here if you are Adams. Adams driving in, but Lynn with a nice defense here. But nice job by Adams to pick him up. He just can't get his legs and hips underneath him to make that drive. Now Lynn kind of battling through, and we're down to the last 20 seconds, and this could go either way right now. Again, no real advantage, so great job by the official just kind of letting it play itself out. They're looking both sides kind of looking to see how close it's getting, and they work their way through. So 2-1 lead Ike Adams over Jeremy Lynn. Lynn's choice, he defers. Adams says we'll take down. Adams sure would like to get that 3-1 lead here in the second period. So Adams right up off the whistle. Lynn throws in kind of a cross body. Adams drops down, grabs a leg, so now each one is kind of trying to sprawl the other one out by grabbing the opposite ankle. I can imagine this will be a stalemate. Maybe not, as Lynn now tries to, but this could be potentially dangerous. They're tied up so tightly right now. But here comes Adams back out. Lynn kind of pulls that arm over the top. Neither one in really like a good position, but Lynn probably in the better position, trying to back over Ike Adams here, and he just keeps leaning back, and he's going to get the back points. It's like he's got the count of 5. I don't think we're in danger of getting pinned here, but I have been wrong before. Now he lets go, and they're recounting. Or is this the same count? It didn't look like a change of holds. Now maybe it does, and now Adams is in a bad position here. But Ike is a fighter, and he fights, so 3-point near fall takes Lynn to a 4-2 lead in the second period, and now Ike's got some work to do. First battling off of his base after having to battle to not get pinned. Nice job, Ike to his base. Lynn kind of throws in. Lynn's got a little funkiness to him. Ike tries to spin out. Lynn just kind of wraps up his legs and was going to power him back over. And Ike thought better of it and bellied back out again. So we're going to go 4-3 in favor of Lynn into the third period. It's Lynn's choice, so it'd be interesting. He's been good, neutral, but do you want to try to get that point or not? He does take the down position. Adams will cover him up. Lynn with a 4-2 lead. Perham still leading the duel 4-3 on your KLN sport or your KLN scoreboard. Be interesting to see how long Ike tries to ride as Lynn reaches back. Ike kind of regains. He is trying to kind of tilt him over here, so let's see. He's got the arm trapped underneath. Lynn's kind of flattened out. Ike's putting some serious pressure on that lower back and kind of trying to dig that out of there. He does dig it, it looks like a tilt trying to come this way for Ike Adams as he's got his hips in the air. Here comes the tilt, and Ike does it. Let's see if he can get those back points, and we got a count coming. So Ike with a nice job setting up that tilt. 3 points on that near fall, and it's not going to be given until Ike breaks this hold, but Ike will take a 5-4 lead, and there it is. We're under a minute in the third. Ike's looking to wrap up something else here. And first I thought he was going cradle position. Now he's going, we're going to go to a blood timeout. That's too bad for Ike Adams as he was definitely on the road to some more back points. So we'll be back to the final of this match between Adams and Lynn after these messages.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Why would you wander around a warehouse store looking for paint when you could just swing by your neighborhood Ace? In addition to Ace's award-winning service, we have top-rated paint brands. Plus, our color matching technology allows us to match any color. So stop wandering and start painting. Head to your neighborhood Ace today.
Hi, this is Mallory Stotterell
and Erica Saylor from Lakes Ace Hardware.
You can expect expert help for your next project at Lakes Ace Hardware,
right here in downtown Perham.
So nice job by Ike Adams on that tilt, and that tilt might be one of those moves of the meet as we look at towards the end, and we're under a minute. Adams leaves 5-4, and again, I think this is where at DGF we lost a couple of these decisions that could have went either way, and it came back to haunt us. Here comes Lynn up. Ike goes to single. I'd like to see him go to a double. Lynn tries to throw. They both roll out of bounds. Great action there as we get going, and we'd like to thank Perham Health for all these blood timeouts. We had none through the JV match. 3, maybe 4 in this one. Ike Adams traps the arm, and this is going to be a crucial 5-4 lead again for Adams. Cross body ride, chopping the arm, trying to do everything he can to keep Lynn off balance here. Lynn trying to get up. Adams just holding on. You got to be careful here. Ike's got to turn into him here. Grab that second leg. Try to get to that second leg, and then crawl your way back up, and he does it. Nice job, Ike Adams, with a 5-4 victory, which adds 3 to the KLN scoreboard for the Yellow Jackets. Yellow Jackets now lead 7-3 going into the 126-pound match. Tegan Detloff coming out here for the Yellow Jackets. Tegan's an 8th grader, 12-7 record. Bo Sumdahl coming out for the Lakers. Bo is a 9th grader. He was 18-19 last year at 113 pounds. He finished 6th in the section. But don't underestimate one Tegan Detloff, as he has faced some of the toughest competition this year. It seems like night in and night out, you look who Tegan gets, and it's someone who's ranked in state, someone who's been to state, someone who's a section champ, and Tegan Detloff balanced all that in his 12-7 to start this year. And Sumdahl comes out after all that recognition and says, yeah, don't forget about me. And he gets a 2-point takedown. Here comes Tegan kind of sneaking out. Again, some really good matchups for both the Lakers and the Yellow Jackets, and a great crowd this evening. Filled up kind of both sides, and now we're on the ends. And what do we have? Stalling on red, I think they called. Stalling on red. So that's always a key to look at, as the first takedown was by Sumdahl. Stalling on red. And now we're balanced out at 48.6 seconds remaining in the first period. 2-0 lead for Bo Sumdahl. Under 30 seconds remaining. Tough ride here by Sumdahl. Sumdahl doing a nice job on Tegan Detloff. Detloff working to his base, gets to a tripod. Sumdahl goes to wrap up the legs, which breaks Tegan back down to the mat. And nice ride. If there's one thing you have to say here is Bo Sumdahl has come ready to ride, and he's hooked in a cradle, I believe. But let's see if Tegan can slap over it, and stalemate with 6 seconds remaining in the period. So 2-0 lead for Bo Sumdahl. Sumdahl again is a 9th grader, was 18-19 last year, and finished 6th in the section. And we get to the end of the first period. Sumdahl 2-0. Detloff's choice. He defers. Sumdahl goes down. We'll see how the tide flips. Sumdahl did a great job riding. Let's see where Tegan goes. Sumdahl comes up. Tegan goes right to a cradle-type look. Sumdahl busts out of that and gets the point. And so it should be 3-0 for Sumdahl. Shot in for Sumdahl. Tegan meets it. Detloff needs to get it. High hip wins here. And let's see if Tegan can get this takedown, which would make this a really tight competition as we get going. And I think Tegan's almost looking for not only the takedown, maybe more, but then Sumdahl pushes in. And again, we talked about high hip wins, and it's flip-flopped high hips. Now Tegan was kind of in control, and then Sumdahl all of a sudden starts pushing into him and gets out of there. So crazy action right now for them staying right in the same spot of the mat. Both wrestlers up. Tegan shoots right back in, and that's the one thing you like about Detloff for an 8th grader. He's super aggressive. You've seen 3 different shots here on the mat, and that's awesome to see, just that constant pressure towards gaining your own offense. Sumdahl's done a nice job, though. One of the things he's done is met it, buried it, and he's just doing a great job with that. So Sumdahl kind of holding off the flurry from Detloff. Again, we're under 20 seconds now remaining. 3-0 for Sumdahl yet. Takedown early, escape. Some good action by both wrestlers. Sumdahl in on the shot. This time it is met by a nice sprawl there by Detloff. I think we're going to go into the third period, 3-0 Sumdahl. So still anybody's match. Again, probably one of those toss-up matches when you look at records and you look at where they've been and their age and those sorts of things. But advantage Sumdahl right now. Detloff takes the down position. He is going to want to come up and out as quickly as possible. Stand up right away. Sumdahl turns into him. Again, nice leverage here by Detloff. Let's see if he can break that hold, spin around, and maybe pick up 2 on the reversal. heavy on that elbow. That Sumdahl does a nice job getting back up to his knees, which helps him with some leverage in this as they're trying to kind of toss each other. And Sumdahl comes out and then chases down Detloff a little bit. And lucky they were kind of the edge of the mat as Detloff was reeling just a little bit there just because that's the way his momentum was taking him. Detloff with the escape makes it 3-1. 3-1 for lead for Sumdahl. And again, you got to like when you've got that opportunity with less than a minute left going into the third, that a takedown ties it, and a takedown with some back points wins it for you as both wrestlers kind of work to the edge of the mat and are called out of bounds, and we start fresh at the center. And both guys really giving it their all. Nice low shot there by Detloff. And Sumdahl does what he's done so far. He is good at defense, and he is turning it. And they say both out of bounds, and luckily that was the case because, boy, this Sumdahl has some really good hips to allow him to be able to get out of those situations.
That he does, but one thing I do like about Teagan is, like you said earlier, he has gone up against some really good opponents, and I think a lot of that we're seeing here is what he's learned through those matches. That's for sure. There's no stage too big for Teagan Detloff. He's been all over the country wrestling, and again, really, really good match here. I'm not going to say I'm impressed with Mr. Sumdahl. I was really expecting Teagan to come out like this, and Sumdahl just, his defense is so good right now. He's matching, and here he's going to do a little toss, and let's see if we get two here. Nothing yet. We're down to the final seconds. Can Sumdahl hold on? Or we got two at the last seconds. Two at the last seconds, and that would be a win for Detloff. That would be a win for Detloff. We're going to have a coaches meeting here as the coaches are questioning how this was and what could be. So again, both coaches can be at the scorer's table. They meet with the official. They talk about where we're at in the match, what could be happening. Again, I think it was 3-1, wasn't it? And so I think it should be 3-3 and going into overtime at worst. So let's see, but take nothing away. Takedown by Detloff in the final seconds definitely could be one of those keys that we've been talking about. Is it brought the crowd to life here, and it could be one of those wrestlers of the match right here. If Detloff can pull this one off after kind of being not manhandled, but everything was met by Mr. Sumdahl up to that point. Coaches are going back and forth. They're talking about what had happened, and this is the right thing to do. They're talking through. It's kind of like a review without a review, that you can't go back to a monitor or anything, but they're talking. Perham has an opportunity to hear. They're talking about what happened and what each of them saw, and this is usually cooler heads prevail, and this is what happened. So let's figure out when we go to the center. And I was wrong. It is a win for Detloff. So after all that, Detloff picks up the 4-3 win with tenths of a second on the clock. So huge win for the Yellow Jackets. Brings it to 10-3 on your KLN scoreboard as we head into 132 pounds. The Yellow Jackets are going to send out Chandler Mickelson. Chandler's no stranger if you've been watching Yellow Jackets wrestling. Chandler Mickelson is 11th grader. He's 16-6 on the season, currently rated 8th at 132, and he was the section champ last year, two-time state entrant.
And for the Laker wrestling, you have Leroy Lacrosse, who's a senior. I don't have much information on him. I will say he's coming out aggressive to start out against Chandler Mickelson. So one of the things that you can see is my heart still beating off of the Tegan Detloff win. I should say my heart is racing. I hope it's still beating. Otherwise, we'll have to have Jason Groth step back in here and finish this up for me. But, wow, what a match by Tegan Detloff. 2-point takedown for Mickelson. Escape for Lacrosse makes it 2-1. Good matchup so far. Mickelson's had a good start to the season, 16-6. Some big wins. Got into a really tough tournament to start the year at St. Michael. Saw a lot of ranked competition, and there's talking to some of the coaching staff, there's only one thing, it just makes you better. The old saying of steel sharpens steel, and here's a nice takedown by Mickelson. Going into the cradle, 4-1 lead for Mickelson. Cradle looks like it's hooked. He's pulling him over the top. Looks like we should get some back points. The official's starting to count. Looks like he's going to get to the count of 5, which he'll put 3 fingers down, and he does. And that tells us that if this hold breaks and it is not a pin, Mickelson will be up 7-1. But Mickelson has other things in mind. Nice kick out by Lacrosse. There's the 3 points. 7-1 lead by Mickelson as we're nearing the final seconds. Lacrosse tries to get out. Mickelson brings him back down. And a nice start by Chandler Mickelson for the Yellow Jackets. Again, the Yellow Jackets lead 10-3 on your KLN scoreboard. (7-1) lead. And a nice shot there by Lacrosse. Met nicely by Mickelson, and Mickelson shows you how nicely it can be done if you meet that shoulder to shoulder. And Mickelson with another takedown leads 9-1, and there's again those bonus points we talked about. Ryan Bowman at the beginning. Bonus points might be the key, and here's another major on the docket for the Yellow Jackets. Out of bounds they go. Minute 30 on the clock. Thought Mickelson maybe would do the cut takedown game, but Lacrosse has been really aggressive, and Mickelson threw that cradle in pretty easily to get 3 near fall points. So maybe the coaching staff wants to see Mickelson do some more of that action. As it looks like he's going back to that cross-face cradle again right now, and it was successful. Now he switches over to a tilt, and we're getting some back points again. So Mickelson doing a nice job taking what the other wrestler gives him, and it's confidence that it's been fun to watch out of Chandler here as he's wrestling. So 3 more back points makes it 12-1, and I thought he was going back into that cradle again, and Chandler's just on the move tonight. There he slaps in that cradle. Let's see if he pulls him straight back or goes to the side. Looks like he's going straight back, and he should be gaining some more back points. And if not, it was really close. So Mickelson again probably going to get 3 here. Nope, 2. 2-point near fall, so 14-1, and we're still in the second period. So all kinds of points here coming for Mickelson as near fall points are happening left and right. So it looks like unless Chandler takes him over again here, we're going to go 14-1 into the third period, which means we're getting close to that tech fall points. Tech fall is worth 5 on the team scoreboard. We made mention over and over again how important those bonus points are, and that's what we're going to do. And so I wouldn't be surprised to see Mickelson as we go neutral. I wouldn't be surprised to see Mickelson try to get a takedown in sequence with a pinning combination to try to gain not 5 points, but 6 points for the team. Mickelson in on the shot. This would be one of those spots where he can kind of lever him over and maybe put him in. There's the 2-point takedown. And since it wasn't in a combination, that 2-point takedown gives a 16-point win for Chandler Mickelson. And that's a 5-point victory for the Yellow Jackets. And a nice win by Chandler Mickelson heading in to 138 pounds. At 138, Sawyer Storing, a 9th grader coming out for the Lakers, and a tall 9th grader at 138 pounds. And for the Yellow Jackets, it's Carson Byer. Carson, a junior, and Carson off to a really nice start to the season, 13-8. Looks really good on his feet, just like that. Does some nice work, really confident on, and goes right into a near fall pinning type combination. And that's what I've seen with Carson that's been fun for him to watch, is kind of that leave no doubt mentality. And he's picking up some points right here, and 6 would be awfully nice for the Yellow Jackets. And he's got it in pretty tight. He's got his feet. It's a long time. There's over a minute left as he readjusts the head, puts the shoulder in, and nice job by Storing to get out of that. And they're off the mat. So 3-point near fall for Carson Byer. Off of the takedown, he leads 5 and now gives the escape to Storing, so he leads 5-1 and confident. And Carson feeling confident on his feet for sure. And has had some really nice tournaments for the Yellow Jackets and been a nice leader in the middle to the lighter weights of this lineup, as to have someone that's had as many matches as Carson. And Carson with a nice job taking him right to the back with a 2-point takedown. He should be getting back points here too. He's got him all wrapped up in a way, but maybe not breaking that 45 plane quite yet. Got the head in the side, readjusts, got his leg free now. Now he's going to tilt over. Kind of an interesting combination. He's not really where he wants to be, I don't think, but he does flip him over, and now he's getting back points. So 7-1 lead for Carson Byer, and it'll easily be 10 when this is all said and done. And there is the 3-point near fall, 2-point, 2-point near fall. I thought for sure he had it long enough to be a 3, but not counting so well am I. So 9-1 lead going into the third period for Carson Byer, and it's just a look of confidence there on Carson as he sees 9th grader and probably in a spot where he thinks he should win, and he's doing a nice job of starting out and getting the Yellow Jackets in a good way. So a couple near fall 2s. This is kind of an interesting combination here. What they're trying to do, and Carson's trying to get his foot untangled there. In the meantime, picking up both legs, and a nice job, just a nice rip and pull, and a nice job, reversal, and then an escape. So reversal for Byer, and an escape for Storing now makes it 11-2. So again, Carson definitely in that realm for a major, but I know he would like more. Nice single leg trip and 2 points again, and he kind of almost had him pinned to the back again, as now he's got that arm pin back, and officials are really careful to make sure that elbow doesn't get into a bad way, and it's one of the things that they've really watched more in the last few years, but Carson's got him wrapped up tight, and this is a nice job by Storing. Carson might have slipped a little right into the cradle. So again, the confidence of Byer as he just slams him down and starts picking up the back points, and Yellow Jacket faithful looking for a fall, as you probably heard that. This is going to give, I don't know what he's got down. There's the pin, and nice job by Carson Byer, and he was waiting for that one, and put 6 more points on the board for the Yellow Jackets. And don't be fooled, the Lakers are going to come out with some firepower coming up here. We talked about that, but this is a really good start for the Yellow Jackets and Coach Dave Vetch, coming off a little bit of a disappointment at DGF. take nothing away from DGF. Nice team, but I don't think the Yellow Jackets wrestled to their best ability. Nick Peters, a 10th grader, 6-9 on the season, draws the card of Tyson Elliott from the Lakers. Elliott is Coach Elliott's son and really good wrestler. Senior, currently ranked number 7, was 37-9 last year, section champ, and went 1-2 at state. And you can see where he's at. He is ready to take the takedown game if he doesn't get what he wants to. So, Elliott with Dad in the coaching room, he spent a lot of time on the mat, and a really accomplished wrestler. And it'll be a tough task for Peters right here, but let's see what he can do. Again, we're takedown escape, 4-2 as we're going in here. Again, looking for that next takedown. Now he's just kind of trying to throw him over here a little bit. Looks like, no, Peters still got a leg in there, and if Peters can make a turn here, but kind of that wily veteran move by Elliott. He just found out where he was and calmly stepped out of bounds and kind of alleviated that. But I love the aggressiveness from Peters, but kind of set up there a little bit by Elliott. Elliott gets another takedown. And 40 seconds, he decides to escape again, so we're at 6-3. Again, that's quick ankle, quick to the ankles, comes around, swims through, now may stack him up. Good job by Peters getting out of there. Another takedown for Elliott, makes it 8-3, and Peters did a nice job just bailing to his belly there, because if he would have tried to stay, I think it would have been the danger zone for the Yellow Jackets. Elliott working, nice ride, what you'd expect out of a senior ranked wrestler. Peters, nice job, is down 8-3, heading into the second period. Peters chooses down. Elliott says, let's both go back up. So another escape for Peters makes it 8-4. Elliott definitely wants to work on his feet, traps that far ankle, kind of catches Peters on his hip. He's going to have to bail, and he does. Another takedown for Elliott, 10-4. And Elliott's just showing you why he is a ranked wrestler. There's no doubt about it when you've had as many matches as he has. He is a smooth character on the mat, and Nick Peters is no slouch. He is a fiery competitor, and he's a goer, but it's just overtaken here by the skill and the veteranship of Tyson Elliott. Again, he traps that arm behind in the dangerous positions as officials kind of look at it, and I think he was looking to get back points, and give Nick credit. He's not letting it happen, and he actually grabs onto an ankle now, and they get a restart. So nice job by Nick Peters, not just letting Elliott have what he wants, and is kind of held it at 10-4. Optional start here. You'll see they kind of make that diamond start. That means they're going optional. It doesn't mean he's letting him up, but he might be trying to pick up something and roll him up into something. But he does give the escape to Peters. And Peters, I should say, earned that escape as he went away 10-5. So Peters tries for the throw and actually might have ended up on the top side of that thing, but I don't think the Yellow Jacket coaching staff wants him to get too carried away. We're not even to a major decision yet at 10-5, so that's a win for the Yellow Jackets. As here's another takedown. And Nick is kind of playing the game here, kind of holding on, not letting him let him up, and saying, hey, you try to turn me now in these last seconds. And again, it's been effective so far for Nick Peters, doing a really great job making it. It's 12-5. It's still a regular decision. And if we can go that way, holding on into the third period, that's got to be a victory for Dave Vetch and his coaching staff. Looks like it's Elliott's choice. He says neutral. 12-5, regular decision. He's kind of had his way looking at that far ankle. Now he goes into, the side pull, and he just kind of rips Nick over. Nick's doing everything he can to get to his belly. He does. It's 14-5. Nick's in kind of a bad spot here as Tyson's doing everything he can to get bonus points. And Nick, does a nice try to peek out and then wrap around, kind of reverse head. And there's the fall by Elliott. And Elliott's trying to encourage the fan base to get behind him. And a big 6-point victory there for the Lakers, as it was starting to go a little bit towards the favor of the Yellow Jackets, but we knew the firepower was coming. We have Caden Felt out for the Yellow Jackets. Caden Felt is a senior at 7-9, picked up his 50th win just not that long ago, and has been in the lineup for a while for the Yellow Jackets. And Caden's been kind of known as a high flyer and looking for what you need to do. He might throw some fireworks in here. So I'm looking. I think they threw out somebody different than anybody that I had on my sheet. So I'm scrambling here a little bit to find my score, my weight sheet. And I won't blame Bowman for having it, but he had it somehow. I'm not really sure who they got going here. It might be Sawyer Storing maybe, but I thought he wrestled in the JV. So I apologize. I'm going to ask some people next to me if they heard who this is, and I'll be in, and it's in on a takedown, and Felt is down 2-0. Okay, Cade Okeson. So Cade weighed in lighter, so they moved Cade down from 160 is what I had him in. So Okeson, this is no slouch again for the Detroit Lakes Lakers. He was 32-16 last year, 6th in the section tournament, but injury defaulted after losing 2-1 in the semis. And Okeson has been around the wrestling, and he is a tough kid, and he's dealt with some injuries, and yet really stayed true to wrestling and what he's doing. So Okeson on for the Lakers, and he is up 2-0 with an early takedown over Caden Felt. So some shuffling's going to happen here, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just not really sure what's going to be. So we'll get it to you the best that we can. We were pretty tried and true up to that point. 2-0 Okeson. Probably, if you have to look at it, as veteran as Okeson is, a nice first period for Caden Felt. Being down 2-0, Okeson takes the down position. Nice mat return, but then on the bounce, Okeson comes around and reverses Felt. So, again, really nice job by Okeson on the reversal. And takes a 4-0 lead, and you can just tell how strong he is. And if he gets to this 152 weight class, he's going to be tough to manage come Section 8 AA time. Felt doing a nice job just kind of bellying out here, and we knew that this was kind of going to be the way it was going to be. We've had a lot of times here we got a cradle hooked up by Okeson. A lot of times the Yellow Jackets have not been in favor, not been up when we got to the 126 type area. Tonight they had kind of a nice showing down there with the early weights, knowing that the Lakers are a little bit stronger up on top this year, and they do have some really, really good kids coming up here as well that are ranked in the state. So I think this is going to be nip and tuck all the way to the end. So grab your popcorn, follow along with us, and I shouldn't have said popcorn. Now I'm thinking about it again. Grab your popcorn and enjoy the rest of this match. we're about to the EOT mid-match report, and I can tell you that we started out at 106 with a win by Dresden Wegscheid over Avery Norby. Then the Lakers followed through with Donovan Zima beating Chevy Huron. Ike Adams came back to beat Jeremy Lean. Tegan Detloff and Bo Sumdahl might be the match of the meet as Tegan Detloff scores with like a second or less than a second left on the score clock to win 4-3. Chandler Mickelson has a really nice match against Leroy LaCourse. Carson Byer follows that up with a fall against Sawyer Storing, which that's why I thought he wrestled earlier. Tyson Elliott returns the favor with a fall against Peters, and we're at 152 with Okeson versus Felt. And Okeson is up 5-0 to start the second period. And that was your EOT Insurance mid-match summary. Third period, 5-0. This is a really good wrestling match in there. Okeson goes to the double. The double kind of he hasn't got, there's the 2 on the takedown. So it makes it 7-0, and I think if you're the Yellow Jackets, you're really thinking here, if Caden can hang this into a regular decision, this is probably a win for the Yellow Jackets. Okeson, like I said, and take nothing away from Caden Felt. Caden Felt, an accomplished wrestler in his own right, but Okeson, a really strong hombre. So Okeson lets Felt up, which makes the score. We've battled with the scoreboard all day, so I think it's 7-1 at this moment. And Okeson definitely looking for that takedown, make it 9-1, and get to that extra bonus point that we talked so far today. So, again, in on the single trip, Caden just bellies out. And instead of trying to give up more, Okeson looks back to his coaches. Do you want me to keep playing this game or not? And it looks like they want to have him try to turn him. It's 9-1. There's two theories of thought here. Can you get to that tech fall? I don't know if you could in 50 seconds. That's a lot of pressure to put on. Is it easier to get it on a turn? Right now, Caden Felt's doing everything in his power to not get turned. And I've never wrestled, so I've only heard from people that said somebody who doesn't want to be turned is really hard to turn. So 25 seconds remaining, 9-1 score in favor of Cade Okeson. Okeson traps down, Caden bellies out. Again, he's getting to his base, so nice job by Caden Felt, and a really nice match here for Caden. He's going to go down in defeat, but wrestled a really good wrestler and wrestled tough the whole time. And we'll just watch them as they go flying off the mat, and we'll see if everybody's good. It looks like they're coming. That's one of the dangers of being a move so close to the mat. 1 second remains. Looks like it's going to be a 9-1 decision in favor of Okeson, which will give 4 team points to the Detroit Lakes Lakers, and that major decision gives them 4, which makes it 21-13 on the KLN family scoreboard. So here's a little bit of the change around. I had Brock Swears at 152. He's now at 160. He is a junior. He's going out against Logan Gook, a 9th grader. Logan is 3-13. Logan is not a 3-13 wrestler. Again, we talked about Dresden Wegscheid. Logan has gotten some really tough kids throughout his time on the varsity level this year from wherever we went. Logan's got really good hips. He's really a physical wrestler. I'm anxious to see what he can do here tonight with Brock Swears. That being said, Swears with the takedown. Swears with the tilt. Boy, Swears looks good right now. And nice job, and that's what I've appreciated the most of watching Logan Gook is that he works his way out of some situations that I don't know a ninth grader necessarily always does. So Swears looks like he is all over, and that name is a common Laker name as well. The Swears family has come through with some really quality wrestlers, and we got an armbar situation here. That armbar is coming through. Logan's trying to hop with it and then push forward every time Swears tries to push forward, not allowing him to get that over the top of his head. So Swears is super aggressive right here, and Logan just looking for the opportunity to get himself into a spot where maybe he can get an escape. So a lot of work by Swears. 2-0 score. We're going to head hopefully into the second. There's 1, 2. He does get a 2 count. I didn't know if there'd be enough time on the clock, but Swears pulls in a last second 2-point near fall to make it 4-0 in favor of Swears, and he's in the down position. Let's see what Gook can do here as our KLN family scoreboard reads 21-13 in favor of the Yellow Jackets, but it's been a little bit of a drought here for the Yellow Jackets, and it doesn't look to get a whole lot easier here in the next few matches. So stay tuned with us. It's a great match, great fan base. Again, we're kind of in a messy situation here. And both coaching staffs really coaching hard, trying to get their wrestler into the right spot. And I'm not sure either one of them can get where they want to be, but they're both working at it. And Logan Gook throws the hooks over the top, and let's see if he can get some back points. And I'm thinking it's there. And they say no, but man, that had to be a close. I might have to go watch that one again. It looked like he did, and here's Gook really getting back to his base and getting physical. So as physical as Swears was to start this match, Gook coming out physical in the second period, and it stays 4-0. So again, heavy crossface, grabs the ankle, pulls on it, and is trying to keep him flat. And a nice job staying on that ankle, but here comes Swears out. Swears grabs an ankle and is going to end up with a reversal. So all that hard work sometimes just kind of goes for naught as Swears takes a 6-0 lead. Now is going to get back points as he's pulling that out. So that's the game of wrestling, so to speak, is Logan Gook was so close to picking up those back points. And how this would have looked differently, we're going to probably get 3 for sure as we run out of time. If he can't get him pinned, he will take a 9-0 lead. He, being Swears, will take a 9-0 lead heading into the third period. And it's one of those that you kind of say shoot because, man, it looked like Logan Gook was in prime position to at least pick up 2 near falls, maybe 3, and now Swears is right back in on the leg. Kind of hooked the head, and smart move to probably belly out there by Swears. Swears now up 11-0, and again, now if you're the Yellow Jackets, you are back to where we talked about trying to save bonus points, and hopefully this can happen for if you're a Yellow Jacket fan. And Logan Gook, I know, has every ounce of fight in him to try to stay off of his back here, and if he could pick up an escape or a reversal, that'd be great, and he does pick up the escape. I think he got it into a spot, but then again, here comes Swears with another takedown. So again, I wouldn't be surprised if they start going takedown here, and an escape for Gook. 13-2. 2 more times they'd have to do this. Plenty of time on the clock. He does a dump, but I think he's looking for more. He's looking to catch Gook, and Gook should have let go of the head, because now when he didn't let go of the head, he's got a belly to his. It's going to be a tech fall. We're just hoping not the pin, but this could be a pin in the Lakers, and this is going to get their crowd erupting if this becomes a pin. It's a long time to wait. We got 38 seconds on the clock, and heavy pressure by Swears, and Gook doing everything he can to post that leg up, and there's the fall. And Swears comes through with the fall, and that is a Reuter Family Dentistry pin to win there. And that brings a 6 points more on the scoreboard for the Detroit Lakes Lakers, and pulls our KLN scoreboard to 21-19 in favor of the hometown Yellow Jackets. So we have Ortloff going here for the Lakers. Ortloff is a senior. That's all I have on him. I tried to find more, but that's what I could find. We have Tristan Larson going as a 9th grader for the Yellow Jackets. Tristan is 11-10 on the season, but just gaining confidence as he goes. He has an early takedown. Ortloff trying to get the escape, and he does. So it's 2-1 in favor. Ortloff right back in on the single. Larson hopping. Let's see what happens here. Tries to bring him into the middle. Kind of that pull drag down. 2-point takedown for Ortloff. Now flips the script to 3-2, and what a lot of action going on here. And now we got tried for a double armbar, thrown down, and this is going to be heavy action, I think, here. Ryan, as we're going, they just seem to both want to be physical and both want to get after it.
That's exactly right. And I know Tristan from football this fall, and he's not one to give up very easily. So he's going to keep going here, and this is going to be really exciting, I think.
Right, and he's not one to back down. I agree with you that. Ortloff with a nice little throw off the side of the mat, but no points awarded. So again, it's 3-2 in favor of Ortloff. Early takedown for Larson, escape, and then the rebuttal there by Ortloff was the takedown, and we're under 30 seconds. 3-2 Ortloff. Again, we would like to thank Gene Sports Shop for the pregame show, the Goose Group for the keys to the match, J&L Nutrition in the backyard for bringing us our starting lineups, Perham Health for the blood timeouts, Reuter Family Dentistry for pin to win. United Community Bank will have the pin of the match, the ATM pin of the match. KLN scoreboard, EOT mid-match summary, Soda Properties Zero carpet cleaning match recap, Farm Bureau Financial Services move of the meet, and the JFC Luxury Home Interiors by Winkles River's Edge Cabinetry wrestler of the match. And we're to the end of the first quarter, 3-2 lead for Ortloff, so kind of that whole flurry, and then it got to that minute time, and the wrestlers went back and forth. So, Ryan, I'm going to have you start thinking, too, about some of those things that the move of the meet and some of those that you see have been really the quality wrestlers, and we'll have a little visit about that towards the end of the match, and we'll come back and give you all of those when we get the Soda Properties Zero carpet cleaning match recap. And the Yellow Jackets want 2, and they got it. Nice job by Tristan Larson. He retakes the lead 4-3, and you can just see how tight this is getting and how much each one of these matches are just going to mean so much to both teams. And somebody asked me earlier today what I thought, and I thought this was the battle it was going to be. Both teams have quality wrestlers. Sometimes they match up, sometimes they don't. And but I think it's some of these matches that we weren't sure of, that who wins more of them are going to be the key. So Ortloff really pulling on that leg, trying to put Tristan back, and Tristan does a nice job repositioning. And there we're going to get some back. Oh, we should be getting back points. And there we go. And Tristan with a nice job just kind of taking control of his hips. He's getting tight. Let's see if we can get that Reuter Family Dentistry pin. And there it is. And nice job by Tristan Larson with a fall and a big fall, and it kind of puts the Yellow Jackets back into a little bit of feeling good about themselves. Leads to the KLN family scoreboard 27-19 going in to 182 pounds. The Detroit Lakers send out Cade Jackson, currently rated 9 at 170. He is a multi-time state entrant, a really good wrestler, 45-9 last year. Section runner-up, 6th at state. And he is, like I said, he's currently rated 9th at 170, so we'll see what happens with him as the season goes on. For the Yellow Jackets, Braylon Rock on the mat. Braylon is a junior. Jackson a senior. Braylon is a junior, comes in at 14-3, missed a little time early in, so not quite as many matches, but has been a good rivalry in the past, and we'll see what it has to bring as we're 40 seconds into this match, no score. You can see that Jackson has some serious length on Rock. Rock looking to get the 2. Jackson kind of pulls him over, and nothing happens, and we're at 1:07. Some pretty good action happening there. We'll see what happens. I think it's length versus some quickness, and I don't know enough about wrestling to know how you combat length, but I know it causes problems a lot of times. I can remember the Yellow Jackets having a wrestler named Ty Mosier who was really long, and he ended up being a state champion just because it was really tough to wrestle him, and he was a good wrestler besides having that length. So here we go. We're under 40 seconds. No score in this match between Braylon Rock and Cade Jackson. Again, Cade's one of those wrestlers you can about imagine with his length. He likes to be on the top position, and so it'll be curious whose choice it is and what he chooses, as he kind of likes to do this, to suck in your arms and pull tight and then try to get to your legs because he's got such a nice reach. But we're under 10 seconds now remaining, 0-0 tie. A little bit maybe what we thought about. This is kind of one of those competitions that you could see being a section final, depending on where both wrestlers end up at the end of the year. So nice start for both wrestlers, 0-0. Braylon defers. Jackson takes down. Braylon says, let's go both up. Braylon shoots for the firemen's. Jackson in tight. Braylon kind of meets the tightness with a little throw here. Braylon's got to keep his balance. He does. And 1-0 Jackson with 15 seconds gone in the second period. Both wrestlers in on the arms. Braylon kind of going upper body. I don't know that Jackson wants to go upper body with him, but Jackson's got his head right in his chest, so it makes it tough to do anything with that. Kind of in a stalemate position, neither wrestler wanting to make that move that I think is going to be a mistake and maybe cost them. So it might take to the third period to see somebody open up. Nice shot by Braylon Rock there. Let's see if he can drag it back in. He gets into a double, but Jackson throws. Braylon still got the arm up top. Whoa, good flurry there by both wrestlers. Great shot by Braylon. Excellent defense by Jackson, and that's what he's known for, is not total offense, but that defense and how he can get that defended in there. And this, ladies and gentlemen, no lie, I'm a little biased, but this is a top 10 matchup of two really solid wrestlers right now. And you can tell the difference in the building. It is stone quiet in here right now as they're watching both of these wrestlers work really hard. Under 40 seconds on the clock. Good defense there by Jackson. A couple shots by Rock is all that we've had so far. Nice action by both of them when the time has come. But good work. So Jackson just is really good at keeping that tight. He wants that arm drag in there. Braylon meets it. Okay, Braylon gets in, and again, they just drive each other around, and again, good wrestling. 14 seconds remaining. Again, it should be Braylon's choice, so we'll see if he chooses down. That's a tough road to go. I was kind of going to look over at Coach Jesse Hine and see what he would do if he would send Braylon down or not. So Jesse Hine says Braylon's going neutral. So we'll see what Coach Hine says here. Neutral it is, and that's why I go to the experts. So we're into the third. You see, I skipped right over Dino next to me and went right to Hine, but good matchup here by both squads. It's 1-0 yet. And we're tied up. It's going to take one big move. Nice shot. Braylon spins around. That's 2. It's got to be 2. It's 2, and that is big. And now Braylon's got him all tied up. If Braylon can bring him back onto the mat here and push, he can maybe get some back points in this one, but they slide out of bounds. 2-1. Rock with 1:18 to go. Braylon wants nothing to do with that. He's confident about getting a takedown. It's 2-2. Only takedown for Rock. Again, back into that arm drag goes and slide. And Braylon was looking to do the same thing he did before and kind of surfboard to his back. But Jackson said, "You did it once. It's not happening again." But Braylon in on a good shot. And again, that length is just tough, but Braylon's in. We'll see he's got it hooked up. There's 2 by Jackson. So again, Jackson scores off Braylon's offense. Again, they're off the mat. And I don't think either wrestler knew they were off the mat. We got a 4-2 score here. And again, it was Braylon's offense that led to Jackson's defense, and Jackson is so good at defense. But again, if you're Braylon, this is a mid-season match that you're going to learn from, and this is really good stuff. And here's where Jackson's at his best. He is really good on top, so let's see. He's a good rider. Some people call him a clingy rider. That's kind of the way I look at it. He's really good at keeping hips to hips. Braylon's really strong. Let's see if he can power up out of this. But again, you see that force, and this is kind of the way that was last year. It was an 8-4 match, I believe, and Jackson got a takedown towards the end as well. But I think this is one that could go either way. Tonight, this was Jackson's way, and we're going to go down in defeat. They give him 2 at the end, but I'm not so sure that 2 was there. But anyways, that's my own personal bias. But 6-2 win by Jackson over Rock. Again, it was Jackson scoring off of Rock's offense again, and yeah, I think if that goes a few more times, I'd like to see those matches, okay? So we'll head into 195. That puts 3 points on the scoreboard, back on the KLN scoreboard, 27-22 in favor of the Yellow Jackets on the KLN scoreboard. And I missed who's coming out here for the Lakers. Did you happen to catch that, Ryan? I know we were both trying to make marks in our books.
I did not know. I was trying to get this reset.
No problem.
So.
Hudson Hackle out. We'll get it figured out here. I believe it could be Zach Carlson. If it is, he is a senior. I don't have anything on him. I didn't see him wrestle last year. For the Yellow Jackets, it'll be Hudson Hackle. Hudson 15-3 on this season. Hudson's a junior, having a really nice start to this, and we'll find out if we can find out for sure who it is. Hudson with the quick takedown, and he goes right into a headlock position, which is met by, if this is Carlson, I'm trying to hear somebody yell a name. It is Carlson. So thanks to Bruce Perrine on the PA, I picked up at Zach Carlson, a senior. So it's 2-1 in favor of Hackle. Again, I don't know much about this Zach Carlson, but that doesn't mean he's not a quality wrestler. I just didn't see anything from the years gone by of him in where he is. So again, Hudson, nice job in on a single leg, does a really good job of getting inside there. And there he gets the 2 point. And a really nice job there by Hudson and in a kind of a key situation here for the Yellow Jackets. We're within 5 points. It sure would be nice. Hudson now gets the arm bar in, and he looks like he's got him nice and tight, and we're looking for another Reuter Family Dentistry pin within the last 5-6 seconds of this first period. And then as Hudson readjusts, I don't think he's going to get it, and he doesn't. But nice job by Hackle. He gets 3 points near fall. 7-1 is the score as we go into the second period, and it looks like it's the Lakers' choice. They're holding up red. He says both up, so neutral on choice by Zach Carlson. Excuse me there for not used to, I'm used to Jason doing all this talking. Carlson in on a single, but met by Hackle. Hackle's in a really good spot here and should probably be able to pick up the 2 just by the length of the leverage, and he does do that and picks up the 2-point takedown, which makes it 9-1, minute and a half remaining in the second period. And nice job there by Hackle, putting himself into the contention for a major. But I really think if you're the Yellow Jackets, you're looking for more than a major at this point. And that would really, any bonus points that we can get here past the major, I think it will be kind of what we talked about in that pregame show. Thanks to Gene Sport Shop, is bonus points are going to be key. But again, Hackle trying to run. He's got it, but Zach Carlson's doing a nice job of just really kind of holding on here. And we still have a minute, so it's a long time for Hackle to drive here as he just keeps continuing to drive. And nice job, but there he resettles. And it was kind of that, he kind of baited Carlson into relaxing. Hackle resettles in, he's getting back points, but he's looking for that Reuter Family Dentistry fall right now, and that would be a big one for the Yellow Jackets. And there it is. Nice fall by Hudson Hackle there, and that changes the KLN scoreboard to 33-21 in favor of the hometown Perham Yellow Jackets with 2 matches to go. So we get not the heavyweight matchup we were thinking we were going to get. We're getting Tryon Simpson, a junior, going against Jackson Vetch, who had been wrestling heavyweight, weighed in at 220, obviously. Jackson's been off to a nice start. He's a junior, 13-11, and this is probably one of those where we're trying to wrap up the meet. We're up by 11. Definitely we can take control of the match right here. Depending on what happens. But one of the things you'll look for is Jackson likes his lateral toss. So if you push in too far, he's going to give you a toss. So we'll see if that comes to play. This is Tryon Simpson, a junior for the Lakers, and he looks like he is kind of playing the defensive card right now, and probably rightfully so. Less than a minute in the first period. Both wrestlers just kind of going about their business right here. From our most of the time play-by-play guy, Jason Groth just sent off DGF Perham 51 all into overtime at the fort from DGF. And again, we're at the end of period. 0-0 here between Jackson Vetch for the Yellow Jackets and Simpson for the Lakers. Simpson takes down. Powers right up. Jackson returns him to the mat. Has kind of his arm trapped underneath, looking for an arm bar. Now goes the other direction with an arm bar. Simpson pulls that arm back underneath him, and Vetch moves on to the next move. So I like Vetch going, looking for a cradle maybe as he throws the crossface in there, and some nice action, but might be a stall call coming up here on the Lakers. Not quite sure. Not much action happening underneath. Vetch is trying hard to work this through, and the Lakers are really, there, Vetch, he's got it, and he does a nice job, and he turns him over and puts him in a bad way. We're at the 220 match going on, and it looks like it's tight, and Reuter Family Dentistry pin to win maybe coming up here for Jackson Vetch. And they keep kind of squirming back and forth, and that thing has got to be getting tight under there. There it is, pin Jackson Vetch. And that seals the deal for the Yellow Jackets. We still have one match to go, but it's 39-22, and it's met with some excitement by Jackson Vetch's teammates as here we go into the heavyweight and final match of the night. For the Lakers, this is Jeffrey Moen. He's currently rated 4 at 285. He's 28-12 last year, was the section runner-up, went 0-1 in state, and just picks up Cash Burke. Burke is a sophomore from the Yellow Jackets. He's 4-8, and Cash Burke usually weighs in and did weigh in at 220, so definitely an advantage here for Jeffrey Moen. Both of these young men were on the football field, and Cash Burke did a really nice job for us this year stepping in, and we had a stall call already, which I should watch my P's and Q's, but it wasn't much different than the whole 190 or 220 match there. So just different vantage point, and Moen trying to go hard for the throw here and kind of cap the night for the Lakers on a high note, and he's not even really defending his legs. He's just trying to throw him. And there's the second stall, so that'll be a point against Cash Burke, and it makes it 3-1 in favor of Moen. We're under a minute still in the first, and here goes Moen with the throw, and there's the big headlock throw, and bad spot, and there's a Reuter Family Dentistry pin to win for Jeffrey Moen. And the KLN scoreboard ends up being 39-28 in favor of the Yellow Jackets in a really, really good match. And really, there was a lot of entertainment in there. And Ryan, we're gonna take about a 2.5 minute break here, kind of gather our thoughts, come back and work our way through some of the things that we need to take care of, like the pin of the ATM pin of the game, and some of those sorts of things brought to by our sponsors. So we'll be back in about 2.5 minutes. Rejoin us as we work through and recap tonight's event.
Welcome to Nias Family Sales, located just north of Highway 10 exit in Perham. Stop in today or visit NiasFamilySales.com to view the quality inventory of pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs. Nias Family Sales can offer financing options to fit your needs, no matter your credit history. Nias Family Sales also has an experienced and reliable parts and service department that's open extra hours to help fit your hectic schedule. Nias Family Sales, the Lakes area automotive leader since 1999. Hansen's Plumbing and Heating provides the highest quality products and services to ensure the comfort and safety of all their customers. It's what they do. Henry Hansen, later known as Hardware Hank, first opened the family hardware store in the early 1930s in Vergas, Minnesota. Today, they are proud to carry on his legacy of hard work and honesty through teamwork, fellowship, cutting-edge technology, and forward thinking. 218-346-2422 or make a visit in Perham, Vergas, or Detroit Lakes today. Hansen's Plumbing and Heating, proudly serving Minnesota families for over 80 years.
Sweet chaos. Delightfully disruptive.
J&L Nutritional Consulting is the area leader in beef, dairy, and seed. J&L has over 20 years of experience, and they use the latest technology in ration balancing software to make sure every part of your feed is utilized. They provide adjustable profit and loss projections, and their seed division makes sure to bring the best seed for your field, no matter the brand. Contact Mike, Joe, and Andrew at J&L Nutritional Consulting, 218-346-7487.
I didn't know what a derecho was. Didn't know that kind of storm existed. I didn't worry a bit about my coverage. It did not let me down. I was not caught blindsided. The secret is to have an agent that gets you insured for your needs. If you don't have Farm Bureau, you don't have good insurance.
Contact Farm Bureau agent Michelle Beck in Perham at 218-345-4010.
How has United Community Bank helped Snacks Plus grow throughout these years?
United Community has been, we came to Perham in 2004, and the way we got connected with United Community is the family that we bought the business from at that time, they banked here. So we obviously needed a partner in that part of it, and they've been great. I mean, every step of the way. Every time we have needed a partner and needed help with doing a project, which has been many, they've been right there.
And welcome back. We're at the final. What a match, and nothing that we wouldn't expect to have happen as the Yellow Jackets take a 39-28 victory, and there were so many key things in there. Jason Groth just sent us, before we get too far into the wrestling, DGF beats Perham 57-56 in overtime. So what a night there as well. But again, just so many good things happened for the Yellow Jackets. It was a fun night of wrestling. We got to see some really, really good competition. And again, Detroit Lakes comes and they bring everything that they can every time, and so do the Yellow Jackets. And hats off to both coaching staffs. Great event. Things were run really, really well. And this is what wrestling should be about. And it's right down to right now where we have a tendency to think that this is the end all and be all for some of these kids, whether you win and lose. And you look and there's Detroit Lakes wrestlers in the with the Yellow Jacket wrestlers right now on their side, and there's Yellow Jacket wrestlers with the Detroit Lakes wrestlers, and they're talking and they're communicating, and we so much always want to play a part of that, but this is what wrestling's about. They're making lifelong friends that will last forever. They don't know if they're going to be college roommates next year or what's going to happen. So Parents' Night for the Yellow Jackets. So many really, really good things happened tonight. If you're Coach Dave Vetch, you've got to be happy how you responded after a little turmoil, maybe not wrestling your best when we went to DGF on Tuesday night, but definitely bounced back here. So a lot of things we're going to cover tonight. A couple of the first things, this is your Soda Property Zero Res carpet cleaning match recap, and we'll do some of those things, but we're going to lead it off tonight on your Soda Property Zero Res carpet cleaning match recap. We're going to go to the Farm Bureau move of the meet, and Ryan, I'm gonna turn it over to you for that move, and then we'll kind of elaborate on it just a little bit.
For that move, yeah, thank you, Lance. For that move, I'm going to go early on in the match with Tegan Detloff in that last second move to get back on top and take some points from the Detroit Lake wrestler. I think he loses that match. All of a sudden, you take 3 points off our side and give it back to them. Momentum is changed completely for the rest of that match.
And I like the word you use, momentum, Ryan. It's just it was really key at that time because they had both coaches, they had the official, they had the scorekeeper. Everybody was involved to figuring out what just happened there. And I think cooler heads prevailed. They all kind of gathered. They all figured out they did it correctly. They took the time to get it right, and it was huge for the Yellow Jackets. You said it. At that point, that 3 points all of a sudden flips to at the end of the match, maybe we have to make some different moves. And that's what I enjoy the most about the sport of wrestling is it can come down just to the minor detail that you almost forget about because so much happened after that. So I agree wholeheartedly with you. Tegan Detloff is our Farm Bureau move of the meet. Next thing we'll probably take care of is our ATM cash money, our ATM pin of the match. Okay, so we both talked about this, and there were so many good things in there, and you could even go the DL way with Jeffrey Moen. It's fun to see. It's not fun to be thrown, but it's certainly fun. It's fun to watch something like that. But we have to go with Jackson Vetch. Right there, it was still in limbo. We were ahead, but if you lose that match, now all of a sudden Moen's coming out. You can see he's a state-ranked wrestler. You can see what he could do. Jackson just put the baby to bed, and it was over, and you could see the reaction from the Yellow Jackets after Jackson's pin. So that takes care of our ATM pin of the game. We're going to come back and we are going to recap a little bit more on our Soda Properties Zero Res carpet cleaning post-game show, and we will also kind of tell you what's coming up here, what we'll be covering on Magnitude Sports, as well as we are going to bring you your JFC Luxury Homes Interiors by Winkles River's Edge Cabinetry Wrestler of the Match. Stay tuned.
Soda Lake Properties is a property management company that offers a wide range of local services year-round. yard care and landscaping services in the spring and summer, and snow removal and watercraft solutions in the winter. They also offer interior design services that will make your home or office look refreshed and inviting. Not to mention soda cleaning services for residential and commercial buildings, along with construction sites. To learn more about all these services and the revolutionary zero-res carpet cleaning, visit the website today. Just type in SodaLakesProperties.com.
Reuter Family Dentistry, with locations in Perham and Wadena, welcomes new patients. Come meet the friendly and professional team and experience for yourself what it is patients love about Reuter Family Dentistry.
It's just nice to be in a small hometown knowing that you have a local dentist that cares about you, knows you, and wants to do what's best for you and your family.
What sets the world's leading hospitals apart from the rest? It's their continued ability to deliver the highest quality patient care. Perham Health is honored to be a top 10 Minnesota hospital. Patients experience it, and Newsweek has recognized it. Even during the unpredictability of the pandemic, the nurses, doctors, and many others at Perham Health put their best foot forward. Thank you to everyone at Perham Health for continuing to provide the best patient care.
Here at The Nest, we know that people gather over food and drink. We want to help you bring your loved ones together over a cup of coffee in our beautiful coffee shop, or over a home-cooked meal using our wide selection of the best kitchen tools. Nest's inviting atmosphere is the perfect place to catch up with friends or savor one of our fresh-baked pastries. Early riser? Don't worry, you can wake up with one of our signature specialty coffee drinks. We hope to make your day at The Nest, 902 Market Street in Perham.
And welcome back here as we're going to just wrap up the final few things that we have. And again, a great night of wrestling. Parents' night. It was fun to see all the parents here. You're seeing some of them stick around in the gym. It was fun to watch the boys excited. Really good job by the Detroit Laker wrestling squad, as they've got a nice squad too, but a really solid win for Dave Vetch, his coaching staff, and his athletes. So a fun night of wrestling. Again, we pass on. What a great basketball game. The Yellow Jackets go down in defeat by 1 point at the Fort in DGF. Just lots of great things happening, and a lot of great things for the sport as we get rolling on here. So for Ryan and I, we've got one more thing that we need to take care of, and it is our here on the Soda Properties Zero Res carpet cleaning. We have the JFC Luxury Homes Interiors by Winkles River's Edge Cabinetry wrestler of the match, and we could go down the list. I mean, seriously, it was Tristan Larson had a fabulous. I mean, that was huge. You can go down to Tegan Detlofs. You can go starting with Drez way back at 106, which seems like a couple of days ago. Just so many matches that could go one way or the other that could change this as we get going. But right when the Yellow Jackets need it the most, Carson Beyer comes through with a pin. And Carson's been so steady for the Yellow Jackets, and he's a relentless worker. We had him on the football team, and he's just that type of kid who's always in the middle. He's trying to make other kids better, and you love when good things happen to good kids like that. And tonight was one of those nights for Carson Beyer as he came through with a huge pin for the Yellow Jackets right when they kind of needed to turn the tide back their way. And so hats off to all of our winners of tonight, and just a great night, great atmosphere. just a few things coming up on the docket, so let's hit those for Magnitude Sports. Ryan, tomorrow night, you and I and Jason will be back, and we'll be watching and covering girls basketball against Holly. Holly brings always to the table a really good program, and both teams are kind of in the middle of a long stretch of games, and it's really kind of those dog days of January when you missed a few in December, and this happens, and those things happen, and then all of a sudden it comes to play where you're playing 4 or 5 games a night or a week, and that's where we're at right now. And so it'll be fun to cover them. Then we turn around Saturday. There's a breakover classic, something like that. I forget the name, and I shouldn't have, but I did. Teams all day long participating here at the Hive, at the middle school. So events going on all the time. We will be covering the Yellow Jackets that day. So we will have, I believe they both play Fergus Falls. Should be good competition for both. The boys now coming off of a tough defeat in the hands of the Dilworth, Glen and Felton Rebels and Owen Leach. And so we'll see how they bounce back after a day of practice. And then next week we come back, and Monday, not activities really going on. And then Tuesday we'll be back, and it sounds like we'll be back with the Yellow Jacket wrestling team in a triangular against Alexandria and Pequot Lakes Pine River Bacchus, who's now rated 7th in the state of Minnesota in Class 2A, so things don't get easier for Yellow Jacket wrestling or for basketball, boys or girls. So please join in. Follow the links on our school webpage. Again, a shout out to Jason for helping us get this set up. Shout out to the wrestling staff as they're cleaning up and helping out, and to athletic director Aaron Anderson and assistant athletic director Tracy Haberman for all that they do as they're continuing to work in this process. So for a new crew, hats off to Ryan Bowman on his first attempt to do wrestling with me. We're glad you joined us. Ryan and I will be back for that triangular the way it sounds, so we'll be covering probably the full triangular that night and be ready to roll, and we'll do our best to bring you all the Yellow Jackets coverage that we can here on the Magnitude Sports Network.
Seating has been a presentation of the Magnitude Sports Network. Don't forget to subscribe, click the bell, and visit our website at magnitudesn.com for a schedule of our upcoming broadcasts.